ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tìlé tó kó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ Adéyẹmọ Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bó lórúkọ gan-an ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan ò lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ̀ kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gèdèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà ò rẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sì náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ń ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n ò mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sanran ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho áfíkan pọpọ sí amúkan yòókù bọ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹrù wálé wàrà mòjé ọmọ onílé ọlà àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn ò ní bomi kó sí mu wọ́n láwọn ò ní bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kò fi rí ńkọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé ti ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírèlẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta ò ṣe gbé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ kí tọ́ domi láéláyé ìtọ́ mi lè domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti dí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó.
Ìgbà ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà àsìkò ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà kò ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà kò ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba amúnisìn o àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà kò ṣẹlẹ́sìmẹ̀sìn mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà àfẹ́lẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba amúnisìn o. ọmọ Odùduwà rìpọ́blìkì asọ̀wásọmọ asọ̀wásálàfíà àìkúbalẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àfẹ́lẹ́yàmẹ̀yàmọ́ àfẹ́lẹ́sìmẹ̀sìmọ́ àwọn ìjọba wa ara wọn nìkan ló jà fún ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé rìpọ́blìkì láwùjẹ Odùduwà rìpọ́blìkì ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé lárugẹ kó lè san wá sówó kó lè san wá sọ́mọ asan wá sálàfíà àìkúbalẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àní àsìkò yìí ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà àsìkò yìí ti tó sẹ́ ọmọ Odùduwà àfẹ́lẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà àfẹ́lẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba amúnisìn o. ẹ jẹ́ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn gbogbo àgbààgbà Yorùbá látòrí emeritus professor Banji Akintoye comrade mi ń kọ́ Victor Taiwo olóyè Sunday Ìgbòho ẹ bá mi tọ́jú bàbá tèmi ààrẹ Gani Adams àti gbogbo Yorùbá akíkanjú ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà lókè òkun látòrí Mr. Adékúnlé Adépọ̀jù àní ìgbà ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà ìgbà ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́.
ọmọ Odùduwà.
àfẹ́lẹ́sìmẹ̀sì mọ́.
ọmọ Odùduwà. àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba amúnisìn o.
ẹ̀ ń kókó Oòduà republic ó náwó ẹ̀ sókè.
èmi náwó mi.
ẹni tó ń fẹ́ Oòduà republic, ẹni tó ń fẹ́ Oòduà republic kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè ni.
èmi náwó mi.
ó ń kó Oòduà kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè.
èmi náwó mi.
ẹni tó bá kó Oòduà republic kó náwó ẹ̀ sókè ni.
èmi náwó mi.
Iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló kí yìí o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló kí yìí o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délẹ̀ lérí o, lórúkọ Jésù. Yoruba Nation.
And a very good afternoon and welcome. Mo kí gbogbo wa ní ibikíbi tí Elédùmarè bá ní ká máa ti ṣayé ká ti ń ṣẹ̀mí. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó wà lágbàáyé kò tó èyí tó wà nílé o. Lótìtọ́ a pọ̀ níta, àmọ́ ọ̀hún tó wà nílé wọ́pọ̀ jù wá lọ. Nítorí pé a máa ń sọ pé àwọn èèyàn pọ̀ ní Brazil, but ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gangan ni èrò pọ̀ sí, tí wọ́n ń bí, tí wọ́n ń rẹ̀, tí wọ́n ń kú. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ Yoruba Nation, nítorí pé lórí ètò tiwa níbí, ibi tí a ti ń gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹ̀wò, tí a ti ń wò lọ́tùn, tá a ti ń gbé yẹ̀wò lósì, pé ǹjẹ́ Nàìjíríà tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí tẹ́lẹ̀, ǹjẹ́ ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa? A fi ti Elédùmarè ọba àjọkẹ́ ayé àṣàkẹ́ ọ̀run, a tún fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti ètò ti ọ̀sán yìí. Èní ni ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ olóyin, nítorí pé ẹni tó bá ń rí Friday wá ní kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ kíyàn tún rí tó ń bọ̀. Àmọ́ a jẹ́ pé ẹni tí oúnjẹ tó mu tó dẹ̀ ń lálàáfíà. Orúkọ tèmi ò tí yí padà, Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí koikimedia. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa nínú Olúwa tí iṣẹ́ ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Yonkan. Ó ti pé 90 days tí àdúrà ti ń lọ. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lótìtọ́ lódodo, àdúrà ni a fi ń jagun, àmọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ ká wá jókòó tẹ́tẹ́rẹ́. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká jókòó tẹ́tẹ́rẹ́ pé àdúrà nìkan ló máa parí iṣẹ́ Yoruba Nation. Lótìtọ́ àwọn kan sọ pé àdúrà náà ni ó máa parí ẹ̀. Bí èmi náà bá jókòó tí mò ń sùn lójoojúmọ́, tí mo jáde wá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, tí mo ní àdúrà ṣáà máa ṣiṣẹ́ lọ, àdúrà máa ṣiṣẹ́ lọ, ṣe mọ̀ pé ìyẹn máa ní nǹkan nínú díẹ̀. Ìdí tí mo ṣe ń sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé tá bá ń ṣe yá aláò a máa ṣe yafatia nítorí pé Yorùbá Nation iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni lóòótọ́, àmọ́ ṣé Ọlọ́run máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ ni àbí àwa máa ṣe ìgbìyànjú tó pọ̀ lórí, and we must not give up. My name is Olayomi Koiki and I welcome you once again to the broadcast. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tí Ọlọ́run fi jíǹkẹ́ wa àtẹ̀yin ìyá wa tọ́lọ́run fi jíǹkẹ́ wa, nítorí pé tí kò bá sí ẹ̀yin kò lè sí irú àwa. Mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo àwọn alájà àti alájì tó ń bẹ ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àtàwọn tó ń bẹ níta. Mo wá ń kí gbogbo wa pé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation is still work in progress, nítorí pé it is now or never tí a bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran wa kó parẹ́. Nígbà tá a dẹ̀ ti fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìran wa kó parẹ́, ó mà ti di dandan pé ká máa ṣe ìgbìyànjú tó pọ̀. Lára ìgbìyànjú yẹn náà òun ni ká máa educate ara wa. Àwọn kan ní gbogbo yẹn ti ń pẹ́ jù, ẹ ti educate wa títí mo ní kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀, nítorí pé in tó bá sì mú àwọn òyìnbó aláwọ̀ funfun tí wọ́n ní interest nínú Nàìjíríà, ó ti di dandan pé kí àwa tí a jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá àwa gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ fún wọn pé election tẹ́yìn náà ń pariwo pé ó ń bọ̀ wọ́n ní ó ń bọ̀ àwọn láǹdẹ̀ ẹ̀. Bí wọ́n kúkú ṣe ń pa wá lọ́mọ ló ń pa wá ní aya. Ojoojúmọ́ ni ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó wà nílé ní ẹ̀mí ń bọ́ lára wọn, but à ń sọ fún àwọn tó wà nílé pé election Nigeria is not working, as it has never worked for the last 23 years. But the excitement tó wà nínú election ni pé níbi tó ti máa ń pín goodies ó wá depend on bí capacity ẹni tó bá mọ̀. Lótìtọ́ lódodo àwọn kan ń lọ just because they want a change, but àwọn kan ń lọ nítorí pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa pín kúlíkúlí, wọ́n máa pín gàrí kóńgò kan, ẹ̀wà kóńgò kan, and this is why people are excited. But since everybody was excited that we have now chased away the military dictator that was holding us back for a very long time, and we were literally held back as a country by the military of Babangida, Buhari, àwọn olótúnṣe military, Ọbásanjọ́, àwọn olótúnṣe military ẹ máa rán wa létí, and every single one of them coup upon coup wọ́n jẹ́ kí àlàáfíà wà ní Nàìjíríà láti 1960. Gbogbo àlàáfíà tó sì ní Nàìjíríà yẹn náà ó lọ́wọ́ àwọn Western world nínú, because of their own selfish interest. So since 1960 up to date, everybody was happy that in 1999 Nigeria returned back to democracy, and it was kind of, wow, ṣé pé a lè lé military lọ ká wá gba democracy, and everybody was happy. Ó di pé pátì wo lẹ́yìn máa tẹ̀lé, ó dà ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀lé ẹgbẹ́ AD, ó dà pé ẹgbẹ́ AD ó fẹ́ jọmọ́ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀. So the excitement was there, the movement was there, because gbogbo wa la rò pé going back into the democracy in 1999 was in the interest of all Nigerians, not as Yoruba people, not as Igbo people, not as Kanuri people, not as Hausa people, not as ethnic Middle Belt. Everybody was just excited, that we got the democracy that we are looking for, and the campaign went ahead. I mean, I left Nigeria before then, but whoever was at home, àwọn náà máa lè sọ̀rọ̀ because àwọn ń fa gbùrù lọ́wọ́ nígbà yẹn. Ẹni tó dẹ̀ ń fa gbùrù kò lè rántí pé wọ́n ń ṣe election ní Nàìjíríà. Ṣé mi tí mo ṣẹ̀ wọlé, tí mo jẹ́ JJC, tí mo ṣẹ̀ wọ UK ní 1998, báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ rántí pé wọ́n ń ṣe election ní Nàìjíríà ní 1999? I'm not sure whether I remember until probably maybe, I don't know, maybe after Obasanjo became the president and we were like, wow, amazing. So at the new president, so it's no longer, the military, ṣé military council ló máa ń pè wọ́n nígbà yẹn, èyí tí mo rí àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àwọn kú mi àbí gbogbo yín náà ti àbẹ ti sá kúrò lórí platform wa ni. àwọn okú mi kan wà tó yẹ pé tí bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ bá máa ń sáré bá mi fi àwọn àjàsà yẹn sí adẹ̀tí Ọlákúnlé wà ń bẹ namesake náà àti Julius ẹ máa rán mi létí ṣé military council ló máa ń lò nígbà yẹn now they are using the federal executive but nígbà yẹn military council the military they all sit down with their criminal outfit tó fi ń dẹ́rù bà yín tó fi intimidate yín so everybody will always think that now that we don't see those kind of images on our TV set, on NTA, the National Television Authority, NTA, until then channels started coming, but not knowing that they were funding that from behind the scene. Then we started seeing, some Muri TV. And at the end of the day, fear military were there for a very long time. It gives a lot of us concern, whether you were young, whether you were old, because all we saw every day was Abacha will come and talk to us, and we are Abacha. Emma Beno, family is important. I definitely have to pick this call. Mumbo, Malo live show, pleasure.
Ìgbà ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò tún ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. Kò ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. Kò ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba amúnisìn o. Àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà.
But when it's family, it is important we respond quickly, especially when you have children in school and nothing of concern. So, gbogbo time yẹn, gbogbo tá máa rí ni military. Tó bá wá sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí, wọ́n máa wáṣọ, wọ́n máa, and the fear was there for everybody. I mean, ta ló rójú Abacha rè? You hardly see Abacha face. He's always wearing dark glasses. So the fear of the military was always there for us. So coming into a civilian government was a kind of a different thing entirely. Yes, you're right, Juliet Tosin, military, Aberu military gone because they had the gun, they can, and they were assassinating anybody. Abacha will assassinate, even Babangida killed Elegiwa. I'm talking about, see the reason why up to today, some people still see election as the opportunity to just grab anything. So everybody wants to grab something. Ibikibi to basha till they grab it, just grab it. Anything you can, just grab it. And that went on for a very, very long time. But àwọn kan wà nígbà yẹn, àwọn tó ní òye gan, wọ́n wo Nàìjíríà pé bí setting ṣe ń lọ kò lè work. But àwa kò rí pé as the election was coming in 1999, since that ilé military law. A very good afternoon to my beautiful mom, and good afternoon to those of you on the MixLR, on the Instagram, on the Facebook. Happy Friday or happy Jumat. So fear of the military was in us for a very long time. So from 1999, everybody was like, wow, freedom, free. But nobody went back to check the fraudulent constitution of Obasanjo. Everybody just thought, since Tiatigba civilian rule, since that we need democracy, I need to verify anything. So nobody verified anything until later on. People started now asking questions. Because the social media was not there to educate us. And Sherry mi tell me pa gburu ní London láti 1998 tí mo ṣiṣẹ́ back and forth. Báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ rántí pé constitution kan wà ní Nàìjíríà tó ṣiṣẹ́? How many of you know that in 1999 that we had a fraudulent constitution? Nobody knows that. Probably maybe a little bit of people. Èèyàn mélòó ló mọ̀ pé constitution Nàìjíríà ò ṣiṣẹ́ ní 1999? Ṣebí kan tí gbogbo àṣẹ ni pé a ti dìbò, a ti gbé ọmọ Yorùbá wọlé, àti gbé representative wọlé ní Àlímọ̀ṣọ́, àti gbé representative wọlé ní Ondo state, ní Enugu state, ní Middle Belt, and that means a government has started. But there was something that was now happening because PDP ló wọlé. Èmi ò mọ̀ bí ṣé PDP ni wọ́n nígbà yẹn ni because I cannot even remember, ṣé PDP ló wọlé ní 1999 as a political party nígbà yẹn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀ nípa party dáadáa, maybe you might just remind me because mo fẹ́ ní kankan tí mo fẹ́ pin out because àwọn rántí pé ìgbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ wọlé ó ń bá Tinubu jà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Mo kàn fẹ́ mú yín lọ sí reason why people fall in love with politics of Amala and Eba because mo mọ̀ pé Ọbásanjọ́ àti Tinubu wọ́n agree ní 1999. Tinubu náà ṣe padà lọ sílé ní láti London. He was here in UK. Ó sá kúrò Nàìjíríà with the hope that pé I'm sure pé ráwọn Tinubu yẹn ló ta àwọn tí ó ń fight fún Nàdẹ́kò. I'm sure he's one of them because ìjà tó ń jà nígbà Nàdẹ́kò yẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n jà yẹn délẹ̀ tán pátápátá okay ẹ̀gbọ́n mi bàbá mi ti sọ pé yes PDP ló win. So àwọn wo ni PDP bá tayò nígbà yẹn? Ṣé party kan wà tó tún lágbára ju PDP lọ nígbà yẹn because mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n ṣe form APC. So party wo ló bá PDP fa wàhálà ní 1999? Mo fẹ́ rántí political party. So we know now that in 1999 there was PDP. So PDP ti wà láti 1999. So party wo ló tún wà after PDP tọ́jọ́ contest ní 1999? SDP. Okay. So we have PDP and SDP. So party méjèèjì yẹn, and I hope we are right, kàmákọ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ṣé ó confam pé SDP ló contest pẹ̀lú wọn nígbà yẹn. Ta ló contest pẹ̀lú Ọbásanjọ́? Ta ló lè rán mi létí? Ọbásanjọ́ contested as PDP candidate. Àwọn mọ́là ló lọ mú wá láti inú prison. Amọ̀pá ní AD, àwọn AD ló win lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. But party wo gangan ló ṣe AD ló bá Ọbásanjọ́ tayò ní àbí SDP? Ìyẹn mo fẹ́ mọ̀ AD. So it's not SDP nígbà yẹn because SDP is during Abiola the SDP àmọ̀ yẹn. So Alliance for Democracy. So àwọn AD mo rò pé àwọn yẹn ní weight púpọ̀ but wọ́n ní weight ní Southwest. Wọ́n ní weight díẹ̀ ní Southwest. Mo kàn fẹ́ mú yín lọ sí reason tí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ṣì ń follow politics lẹ́ni ni mo sọ fún yín o. So AD okay so a mọ̀ pé nísìnyí pé AD ìjà rántí ẹni tó bá Ọbásanjọ́ play ayò ní contest as a presidential aspirant ní 1999 maybe somebody tó ní gbòógì not every one of them. AAC wo AAC sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìgbàsíbí ṣòwò rẹ́ṣẹ̀ ta ṣòwò rẹ́ṣẹ̀ register AAC à ń sọ̀rọ̀ 1999 ẹ má dá wa padà síwájú. Mo ní a fẹ́ ní kankan ta because people falling in love with election is because a ti wà nínú military for a very long time. So coming out of the military, so Falaye, okay, so Falaye ló bá Ọbásanjọ́ tayò. Thank you so much fún super chat yẹn bàbá wa Ifámi ẹ ṣé gan. So Falaye àti Ọbásanjọ́ lọ́jọ́ tayò ní 1999. But gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nígbà yẹn ìdùnnú wa ni pé at least party kan tẹ̀ wọlé tó kì í ṣe military. And the love for politics started. But àwọn tó mọ̀ nípa politics wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń lò ó láti fi gbé Olúfàlàyé ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa thank you so much. So Olúfàlàyé àti Ọbásanjọ́ lọ́jọ́ tayò ní 1999. So in the long run tábà wá wo láti 1999 yẹn ó di pé àwọn politician bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní agbára. Ẹ mọ̀ ìdí because àwọn military sọ fún politician pé ẹ máa sọ́tà wa náà out o ẹ máa fún wa lówó ṣe mọ̀ pé nísìnyí a ti gbé ìjọba lé yín lọ́wọ́ ìyẹn Abdulsalam Abubakar. So Abdulsalam dẹ̀ ti káàbù 1999 constitution. Ó mọ̀ pé kò sí bí Ọbásanjọ́ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe constitution yẹn ó máa hold it down. Abdulsalam mọ̀ pé kò sí bí governor Lagos state ṣe fẹ́ ṣe constitution yẹn ó máa pin ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. But èèyàn mélòó ló mọ̀ yẹn òun ní béèrè because excitement kò jẹ́ ká béèrè pé ṣé constitution tá fẹ́ fi govern democracy ṣé all right ṣó wà legitimate ṣó lè ṣiṣẹ́ ṣó lè work. So everybody was just carried away. Ṣé mi tí mo wà ní London tí mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ tí mo níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tí mo ń struggle bí ṣe máa settle down sí yíyà ṣé mi ni máa rántí pé constitution kan wà tó fẹ́ fi govern Nàìjíríà ṣé mo ti mọ̀ constitution ti UK ṣé mo ti mọ̀ ti constitution ti UK tí máa fi rántí ti Nàìjíríà That is why a lot of us got carried away. But àwọn tó mọ̀ye, whether from the spiritual or from the physical, àwọn tó ní làákàyè, àwọn tó lọ́gbọ́n, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń béèrè pé kí la fẹ́ fi run ìlú yìí? Because for any country to work successfully, ẹ ní the constitution yẹn tó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn yẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbé yẹ̀wò, but ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ò jáde síta púpọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ò rìn sílẹ̀ púpọ̀. Ṣé wá rí gbogbo àwọn tó jà ní 1998 after tí Abiola kú ní July 8, Abiola died on July 8, and I hope it's the right date because wọ́n lè fún wa ní fúbù. Ó lè ti kú gan sef bí a few days before. Don't trust Cherry, the West àti Africa pàdípàdí ni wọ́n. Pàdípàdí ni wọ́n. So àwọn nǹkan míì wà tó yẹ pé maybe a lè mọ̀ in the near future or a lè má mọ̀. It depends. The time is just 20 minutes. At exactly almost 5 minutes to 2, I will be coming up for about a few minutes, not off the line, but I'm a video can say just to watch. But àwọn tí wọ́n tẹ̀lé ìrìn àjò yẹ classified information ló máa ń pè wọ́n. Gbogbo òlu lónìí o, gbogbo òlu. Ṣé rí classified information Nigeria? Ìjọ tó bá jáde pẹ́rẹ́, a lot of us would pity the damage that they've done in our lives. And from 1999, the politicians started growing wings. Owó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń wọlé, owó epo. Owó tó dùn náà jù, owó lówó epo. Báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ account fún? Crude money, crude oil money. Òun lówó tó wà tó dùn náà jù. Because owó yẹn ó ń wá léraléra. And nígbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ wà níbẹ̀, èlò ni crude oil fáwọn tó bá rántí. Èlò ni crude oil per barrel. So you can imagine the kind of money that was coming through. And the politicians started making a lot of money. But they were also bribing and holding down the military. Because the military would have overthrown the government again. But because wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fi owó sínú military, using the military budget, and nobody was checking it. Only God knows how much ló ti lọ nínú military budget láti 1999 that we are still not been able to defend Nigeria. Nigeria cannot defend its citizens anymore. Because from 1999 till date, with the amount of money that have been spent in our military architect or military wares or what, we should be able to defend Nigeria. Nígbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ kọ́kọ́ ṣe 4 term, number 4 years tó kọ́kọ́ ṣe yẹ, ó wá rí pé ibi báyìí náà dùn bàjẹ́. They started using different means. After 4 years, Ọbásanjọ́ tún ṣe another 4 years. Ó wá pé lọ ṣe 3rd term. Ó wá gbà fún. And they started now bringing, okay, nígbà tẹ́mi fẹ́ lọ, ta la máa lọ mú síbẹ̀. And I think that was when they brought in Yaradua. Wọ́n gbé Yaradua wọlé. Yaradua wá dé pẹ̀lú ṣé Jonathan. And all of a sudden, Yaradua died. May his soul rest in peace. From after Ọbásanjọ́, ìkan tayò lÉkòó tẹ́ ń pè ní Tinubu, because Obasanjo was really hammering Tinubu in Lagos State from what we were hearing. So the love started building. The love started building for the Southwest. Pé àwọn PDP yìí ó rà pé ẹ fẹ́ ṣe ti Southwest. And a lot of Yoruba people started getting involved in politics. But there were some people, I was not one of them, but I'm sure there were some people then that were thinking, gbogbo tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí kò lè save Nigeria. Crude oil in 1999 was $17.4 per barrel. Okay. 17.4 per barrel. And I hope you're right with that figure so that we don't give a wrong information. And at the end of the day, the Yoruba people now start, tó bá lọ join politics o lè ra mọ́tò kódà o lè kọ́lé within 6 months ṣé bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wọnú politics so the politics became a powerful tools within the Southwest and the rest of the country because everybody saw politics not as a game of number but as an opportunity to enrich yourself and become network and powerful. Àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ lè ṣe politics mú kí ìyálóde ẹ káàbọ̀ mú kí gbogbo àwọn prince wa tó wò wá àtàwọn baálẹ̀ mú kí gbogbo àwọn baálẹ̀ Yorùbá mú kí bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè dáadáa mú kí bàbá wa Professor Wálé Adéníran mo dẹ̀ kí bàbá mi dáadáa where my loyalty stand daily without any shaking. I'm talking about the one and only Olóyè Dr. Sunday Igboho. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa chief imam ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ Yonkan. Mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Mo kí bàbá wa Ìbà Gani Adams lógún ọ̀fẹ́ o. Lọ́bẹ̀ mo kí bàbá wa Professor mo kí gbogbo àwọn professor wa. Mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. My name is OLAMILEKAN. Nobody called me into Yoruba Nation. And if my loyalty is giving you concern, I don't care about whatever you think. That is my own problem. I mean, I'm take a risk. So if you just don't understand that, I cannot help you. My loyalty goes alone to IGBOHO Sha. Die. Happy with that? I don't care. He has taken enough risk than anybody in this movement. And òun nìkan dẹ̀ ní ìjọba bẹ̀rù. Àwọn kan ní ṣé òun ló fẹ́ ṣé òun nìkan lọ́mọ Yorùbá nation? No. That's why I say to you, my own loyalty, I don't know about you. My loyalty remains for IGBOHO Sha. Tó bá ń bí ẹnu, you don't have to watch me. Ìwọ kọ́ ló pè mí wá sórí ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation. I remember up there in my room when I came out and say, let's break the shit old country 3 years ago. And down the line, we still remain adamant that the country is not working. But so many people are excited about 2023 election. The same way they were excited in 1999. Excitement to 1999. You know why? Because people now think that, okay, we have tried APC, we have tried PDP, maybe we should go and try Labour Party. So the excitement there in 1999, so that you can understand that people were excited in 1999. But the excitement is even more now. And you know why? Because money is now pumping more than 1999. Atiku Nowo and Peter Obi don't know. Because Peter Obi has been a governor, so he has some kind of liquidity to put into the movement of his campaign that is going on presently. And Tinubu has strangled Lagos State for 8 years. 8 years, Tinubu wà níbẹ̀, ó ti strangled Lagos State. And after 8 years, Tinubu became, the drug baron of Lagos State. He became the drug baron of Lagos State. Ó mú Lagos State dání, kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó bá ti ṣe drug rí tí wọ́n send owó drug sínú account ẹ̀, kò likely pé ẹnìyẹn ti bọ́ nínú drug yẹn, ó sì ń ṣe lọ. But a lot of you don't know this. You expect Tinubu to come and tell you pé òun ṣe drug. He's not going to come and tell you that. Ṣé bó sọ l'Amẹ́ríkà pé owó drug, cocaine money, ó gba inú account Tinubu kọjá. Ó dẹ̀ forfeit owó yẹn. But kò wá ń ṣe owó cocaine nìkan ló ń lò mọ́ nísìn. Ó ń lo owó cocaine tó ń bẹ ní Lagos State. Ó fi ń ṣe operational operandum on a daily basis. Láti 1999 ní Tinubu ti náwó Lagos State. But àwọn tó wà ní Lagos State, they are happy. As long as tolúkálukú bá ti rí jẹ nínú ẹ̀, they are accepted. Ẹmọye tó ń lò nínú owó Lagos State láti fi fund the election tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. Ẹ lè mọ̀, báwo lè ṣe fẹ́ mọ̀? Because Tinubu has strangled Lagos State completely. Ó strangled Lagos State. So the money involved in election, each rally each rally state is costing them nothing less than 200 million naira. Just average. State Kano state, who is going to ask questions? Let me give you an example. I was in London here in Park Lane when Ganjude was given 50 million. 50 million or thereabout. Ló fún University of Ibadan. Wọ́n ṣe fẹ́ gbogbo kí ni náà fraud ni o. He gave 50 million. Owó yẹn is small money. Do you okay? 200 million tí mo tẹ̀ ń sọ right cha, because BBC was telling us, BBC ti UK ni o tó ń ṣe the biggest. Mo sọ fún yàn kan láàárọ̀ yìí, the Director General of BBC is earning £450,000 a year. Media ń ṣe nǹkan kékeré. You think money is not involved in media? I just wonder when people say, need owó. The BBC director is earning nothing less than £450,000 a year. I have about 5 minutes, but I will play a video when I'm going to stand up. But before then, let me quickly show you that. So if politicians are paying influencer in Nigeria 20 million naira, which is about £35,000, about $45,000. These are staggering amount of. So campaign more than 100 or 200 here. I'm sure they're spending more than that. But let's just say give and take. But today, a lot of people do not understand why Yoruba people are still happy. But at least it does not matter the kind of money it is. BBC, Nigeria election, and you see that headline. Influencers are being paid according to the BBC. And this is the headline. Nigeria election 2023, how influencers are secretly paid by political parties to the tune of £35,000. No tax. Ṣé mọ̀ pé an average person nílùú yìí kò earn owó yẹn in a year dẹ̀ ni ó dẹ̀ máa lọ máa ṣiṣẹ́ lójoojúmọ́ Monday to Friday. So money is so much involved in this election, and some people don't want Nigeria to break because àwọn kan feel pé that is how they can make their money every 4 years. And àwọn tó dẹ̀ mọ game yẹn dáadáa, àwọn yẹn náà máa ń pè ní kíní kan executive. Àwọn kan wà tẹ́ pé wọ́n ju 20 lọ, wọ́n mọ ẹlòmíì ibi tó wó pé lọ gangan within the election ló mọ̀. Kí ni mo fẹ́ mú jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé the West are now telling us with the headline that is coming. And let me quickly show you the BBC director, how much is earning. BBC director general. And ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wẹ̀ tó wà ń bẹ̀ nísìn. Ẹni tó jẹ́ BBC director lélẹ̀. This is the BBC director. Ilé, bọ̀bọ̀ ènìyàn, ilé gangan. This one. No, not Tim David. No, sorry. Yeah, Tim David as Director General of the BBC. I want to be sure I'm giving us the right image of the person. So, yeah, hold on. Yeah, only Tim David. So the new BBC Director General is earning £450,000 of taxpayers' money every year. BBC Director General pay. Owó tó make. BBC Director General's 16.6% pay rise is a tone deaf and insult to the staff. Tim David rise worth £75,000, even ó tẹ̀tí jù yẹn lọ, 400 tẹ́mi tẹ̀ ń san ó tútù jù lọ, is now taking home £525,000. Is a massive insult to BBC staff who have experienced pay freeze and budget cuts. So the BBC director is making close to almost £525,000 a year. But ibi tá à ń lọ kọ́ nìyẹn. I want us to look at this headline coming out today, 10 hours ago. Escalation of violence, insecurity may lead to inconclusive elections. Constitutional crisis, stakeholders are warning. Wàhálà tí ń bọ̀. Ó ń bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. àwọn wo ló ń sọ wà pé wàhálà yẹn ń bọ̀. America, as at yesterday that I'm following, the ambassador of America who are in Benin presently, Ambassador Leonard, visited Benin City last week. But there was something that also took place. This also took place in his own first visit to Anambra. This is the governor of Anambra State. In his first visit to Anambra, C.G. Stevens met with Governor C.C. Soludo to discuss key mutual priorities and the opportunity the upcoming election presents for all Nigerians to stand together in rejecting violence and instead show their support for a more peaceful, prosperous future. America ló sọ ẹ fún wa. Sherry, a lot of you that are thinking that America is coming to help us. No, America is not going to help us. But when I come back on my seat, a máa wo fídíò kan níbi tí wọ́n ti ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ press kìíní America pé killings in Nigeria kí ni wọ́n máa rí ṣe wọ́n náà wọ́n bá Nigerian government sọ̀rọ̀. Tí kò bá sí pressure ní ara Nigeria, America does not see any reason why they need to interfere, apart from telling us that there should be peace. And this guy, I don't know who he is, but let's go and find out. Road diplomacy as part of the ongoing pre-election observation in the southeast, because one more pé southeast yẹn máa gbóná. But ẹ̀rí ní ṣe òyìnbó pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ ẹ̀ríwó ìṣọwọ́ òyìnbó ẹ̀ríwó àwọn yẹn náà ẹ̀ríwó náà ṣọwọ́ òyìnbó pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ lúkùlúkù pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ òyìnbó pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ tábà tí láwọn òyìnbó we get carried away. Mo mọ bàbá tó wà lẹ́yìn tó wọ blue yìí tó wà lẹ́yìn òyìnbó yẹn ó dà pé actor ni àbí àwọn influencer náà nìyẹn. And they use all these to deceive Nigerians. Ẹ̀rọ kí táwọn Nigeria bá ti dáhùn picture báyìí pé Americana. Road diplomacy and sọ pé election kò wọ́tẹ̀, but America is saying hashtag road diplomacy as part of the ongoing pre-election observation in the southeast. C.G. Stevens met with the civil society leader in Anambra to hear their perspective. So kò mọ̀ pé àwọn Biafran campaign America more now, but America is not coming to support anybody until there is crisis in Nigeria. Tí kò bá sí crisis, America will not get involved. They know Nigerian terrain very well. They have all the satellite image of Nigeria, but they are waiting for me and you to activate before they can get involved. Apart from that, they will continue their road to diplomacy according to this guy. And you can see him there, visiting. But a lot of you do not understand the game. The game that the Western power. But what we can tell you now is they are now concerned that escalation of violence, insecurity might mean that election might not hold in Nigeria. The EU is speaking. A lot of them are now asking questions. Do you think election will hold? Let's go and look at this headline as well. The UK tó dá gbogbo wa sí ìrìn àjò yìí, United Kingdom, European Union, Australia issue fresh security alert over the general election. The question is, has election ever worked in Nigeria since 1999? Apart from everybody is so excited, everybody is happy that as long as we're going to be coming off in just about a few minutes, but I'm getting my video that we want to put in while I'm going to be standing up. And this video is just, again, another reminder. This was Harold Will Smith telling us that there's never been an election in Nigeria. We're going to watch that until I come back. When I come back, I'm going to open my phone line and then we're going to go into more analysis into the program. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome to the live transmission.
Hello. And Mrs. Carol Smith. Welcome to the program. Thank you.
So let's enjoy this because I'm going to be away for about maybe 10 minutes, but at least this will keep you busy. Let's enjoy this. When I come back, we will then continue with the conversation. My name is Yomi Koiki. You are watching a live transmission today being the 20th of January 2022. Take note, when I come back, I open my phone line straight away and we ask the question, ǹjẹ́ election máa hold? Now that the West is telling us something, kí ni wọ́n mọ̀ táwa ò mọ̀? Kí ni security tí wọ́n rí táwa ò rí? All that, when I come back, we will look into that. Enjoy this for the time being.
Beyond passion, we've looked forward to speaking to an African television station for decades. This is something we have looked forward to for such a long time, and we are so happy to be here.
Thank you. Mr. Aaron Smith was a young, bright, and principled Oxford University graduate who was recruited by the Colonial Office and posted to Nigeria. He took his final examination a year ahead of his class. He also married Mrs. Carol Smith, whom he met while they were both at Oxford University. Together they went to Nigeria where they had their two children. Mr. Aaron Smith, you were featured in a program recently by BBC Radio 4 titled Document, and that was hosted by Mr. Mike Thompson. You are alleged that the British government rigged the first and most important election in the history of Nigeria in 1959 in favor of the North. Am I correct? Yes. How long were you in Nigeria for? From 1955 to 1960. And we were based in Lagos. I was on the staff of the Department of Labour. I was largely occupied with employment problems, all the employment exchanges, and statistics, and international reports, and was kept pretty busy. I was also stationed in Lagos in charge of the capital and the port. I was the port labour officer as well. And I also devised the port labour scheme, and later a social security scheme, which was one of the first in Africa, which guaranteed workers some income after they'd finished work. It was a providence scheme, as it's called the National Providence Scheme, and I was very proud to have put that on the statute book. I was going to ask you what your role is. You mentioned 3 people, is there any particular name given to your office while you were there? I was a labour officer, a senior civil servant. Okay. I only intended to stay in Lagos initially for 2 tours of duty. Although because of this conflict with the elections, there were difficulties. Actually, government wouldn't let me leave the civil service. They were determined that I should stay in civil service after my 2 tours, and I was offered very considerable incentives, including a knighthood, to stay and work for government. Primarily this was because I had access to state secrets. I learned, and the Governor-General himself confirmed this to me, that the elections were rigged, contrived. The intention was that the North should rule Nigeria. Even in '56, the northern leaders were very proud and were saying, if they couldn't run Nigeria, never mind elections. They might not join Nigeria, they might leave. And we all thought, how would they survive? There were no industries, there's not a great deal of agriculture, some groundnuts in the north. This wasn't very practical at all. And then it was, the Governor-General seemed to be thinking that the North couldn't, even if it won an election, rule Nigeria by itself. The South would stand for that. So there had to be a partner, either the Igbos in the east or the Yoruba in the west, to team up with the North. What he didn't want was for the 2 southern parties, the Igbo and the Yoruba, to team up to form a government, because he believed the North would tolerate that and talked about leaving the Federation. So as I learned in a small way at first, but very rapidly I learned about the election fixing. And as I say, this was confirmed to me by the Governor-General. He actually said that he wanted me to know the truth because he wanted me to know how much trouble I was in.
You mentioned statistics. You are collecting figures. Is that for labor and unemployed people only, or general?
Primarily, but obviously my interest was in the population
of Nigeria.
Yes. And Awolowo, the Yoruba leader of the action group, Chief Enaharo, they too, other people were saying, where are all these millions of people in the north? Where are they? We're going up there to campaign, we want to know. And you see all these thousands of miles of not very developed countryside, and the Northerners are claiming that their voting registration figures are larger than in the South, larger, far more people up there. Well, actually, if you went through the Igbo land, Enugu and that, you saw lots of people. If you went to Ibadan, again, Ibadan teeming with millions of people. But we didn't actually see many Northerners, and obviously not many Northerners at that time came to Lagos. So this did arouse suspicion. Now, the Europeans, not stupid, we are watching what's going on in Nigeria, and we too are beginning to feel there's something not quite right here, that maybe the elections are not going to be as straightforward as they're meant to be. Nigeria was being described as the showcase of democracy, and it was expected that the nationalist leaders would win through. But actually, when the election results were announced by the Governor-General, before the vote was even in, didn't count for that, he didn't wait for that. I have to tell you, the British counted the votes, and the British cannot be trusted. They look after their friends. Loyalty is a big thing for the British. And we were friends with the emirs of the north. We looked on people like Enaharo and Awolowo as rather dangerous people. They might even be communists. That's ridiculous, actually. They couldn't be communists in 1,000 years. But this was the sort of thing that was being said. And we were Europeans were getting a bit worried about all this. It wasn't quite the honest, straightforward election that we were hoping for.
Apart from Professor Anderson and Dr. Patrick Wilmot that supported your submission on the rigged election, there were other people who also served in the colonial office in your days. I mean, who opposed to this?
Initially, I was warned of what was going on by my senior officer, a Major Bonker. I didn't know, and I knew that the Governor-General had directed me to take all the office staff of the Ministry of Labour to help Chief Kokimedia in politicking in Warri. And this was most irregular, and I refused to do this. Having refused an order, I know what the drill is. You resign. I resign my post. That is the proper thing to do. What they did then was rather devious. They persuaded me to withdraw my resignation, and when I did, they sacked me. It didn't go through, but I thought it was a bit low after I'd resigned and was prepared to leave the country. This was not very nice behaviour. They later withdrew this and said that I had been of some service to the state, and actually commended me for what I had done, and said I could leave Nigeria with splendid testimonials. We shook hands on this, and this was done with the recognition of the Deputy Governor-General, Sir Ralph Gray. And then I left Nigeria the first time and took up a job as a personnel officer, a very big job, with the Esso refinery. And then government came after me, declared that I was a traitor, and I had betrayed the British people, ought to be imprisoned, and I lost that job. And then they came to me again and said it's all been a big mistake. Dreadful mistake. I'm a jolly decent chap, Oxford chap. They put me on a plane straight back to Nigeria, where I'd make up for the time I'd been away. There was a great deal of good work for me to do, and we fell for this. We shouldn't have gone back, but we did.
If you recall what you said about the role of the Governor-General and the attitude of the British government in particular, regarding the fear that Awolowo, Okotiebo, and a lot of them from the south are dangerous. Is there a particular reason? Why the fear from the British government? Is it that they don't want to release or relinquish Nigeria? They still want to control Nigeria?
They knew that the North would do as they said after independence. If it had any, the North would just, because it was their habit, they liked the British, whereas the nationalists were an unknown factor. Actually, when they took the flag down and hoisted the Nigerian flag, not one of the major nationalist politicians was there. They weren't even on the platform. This was incredible. These were the people who had sought independence. The people in the North didn't want independence. They didn't want the British to be.
Okay, you had him there. I'm back now on my seat. Let me come back here. Ẹgbọ́n tí Harold Will Smith, ó ní àwọn tó wà ní North, àwọn ò fẹ́ independent, but àwọn nísìnyí ni wọ́n wá ń lo agbára lé wa lórí. Wọ́n sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtàwọn ọmọ Ìgbò pé àwọn làwọn ní ìlú, and whether we like it or not, we must continue, to remain part of their slaves. And some of us are saying that this is just not working. It's no longer working, and it doesn't make any more sense. But because àṣìláwọn Yorùbá tó wà láàrin wa, that also still believe in Nigeria, and that is giving us not a setback, but is holding everybody's back in a way. As we continue, I'm going to open my line. Yes, there's never been an election in Nigeria. You're right, Olakunle, my namesake. But ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣì ń believe pé nítorí pé kò ń ṣe military ló wà níbẹ̀ mọ́. So we are now at advantage, and that is why people are excited about the whole shenanigans of this election that is still taking place in 2023. But kí ni àwọn òyìnbó ń rí? Òun ìbéèrè tí mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa nísìn tí bá ti ṣí phone line. And please, ẹ má divert wa kúrò lórí conversation yìí. Kí ni way forward? Ara way forward náà là ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Tẹ́yìn ò bá lè rí inside of what we are saying láti fi ṣe program. Because for me to come and tell you that in tó yìnbó ń rí nísìn ni pé the uncertainty pé election will be inconclusive, there will be crisis. Ẹ tún wá ń bèrè pé kí ni way forward? Already the West is probably maybe seeing the way forward. Tẹ́yìn ò rí. Because àwa like ká bí ẹ máa ń fẹ́ kí àwa fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀. Good afternoon to you, Madi Peace. Bí ẹ máa ń fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wá fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ ká tó lè mọ̀ pé way forward lélẹ̀. Everybody knows the way forward. Nigeria is not working. It has to crumble. It has to collapse. Crisis is coming. Election is not going to be inconclusive. What more do you want? Kí lẹ tún fẹ́ kí ẹ tún sọ ká tún sọ jù yẹn lọ. But because bóyá ẹ ń rò pé bóyá lórí platform yìí láti máa ṣígun wá sí Nàìjíríà. No. A ti ṣígun láti 2019 by using education to explain to us in terms of no money 1999 about the fraudulent election. Just raising good afternoon to you. So let's get the line open for at least a bit of conversation before we move more into because I have a lot of, like I always say, there are multiple gadgets. Daniel Suraju, good afternoon to you. Oladipupo, Simon Wurola, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ìyá wa Ọlọ́runṣọlá, ẹlòmíì ó kọ̀ wá jókòó ní ipò ní kankan tó fẹ́ gbọ́ ju pé bí Koiki máa ṣọ̀rọ̀ kan sọ kọ́ lè rí lò. You are wasting your time. I am not those kind of media that you think. My platform is to play in the background again. Okay, school school Lagos State. So let me get the line open and let's hear from you. The number to call, so we can have the line open probably maybe for the next 1 hour, because the line was open now because I was extremely busy yesterday, but I could open the line briefly for now. So Kila Woyibotiri, regarding this upcoming election, that they are now telling us that there might be crisis, there might be uncertainty. Kini won rita worry plus 44 74 044 05917. Let's go back and hear more from Aaron Will Smith while we're still waiting for our calls.
This was a farce. And for most Europeans who were very close on watching this, we were disgusted. We thought this really had been manipulated.
Manipulation has been going on as far back as 1959. So if anybody is excited that Atiku is going around with a lot of convoy, there's money being spent, people are wearing outfits, it's because the politicians have stolen so much money from 1999 to date. We don't have that kind of money. Tell me nobody, what our politician Yoruba Nation, but we don't have such money. But we are grateful for the determination of millions of Yoruba people that agree that the Nigeria of today is no longer working, and we will make a push. And part of that push is, people were contributing, money was being spent, people were doing a lot of things. But everybody is looking for perfection. And I've told you, in a movement, there is no way you can get a perfection because we're not running a government presently. We are different from Western Sahara. Western Sahara has already been running a government as far back as 1975. And they already have 20%. Good evening to you, my brother Clement, and welcome. And always for your super chat, we're grateful for the rest of people that are watching us on all the platforms. Laziz Adekunle on Instagram, a very good afternoon to you. Let me see if our teams that are all the way from Ilorin, somebody is listening to me on the MixLR. If you're wondering, MixLR, it's just more or less like, they can't see what I'm all showing you, but they can listen and follow the conversation. Comrade Plan B is listening all the way from Ibadan, and we have about 8 people that are currently listening to us. The line is still open, but I'll continue with it. So manipulation has been going on since 1959, and today, so many people are just excited. Wow, election again? Àsìkò tí máa pawó lélẹ̀, àsìkò tí a tún máa tún Nàìjíríà ṣe lélẹ̀. And we can now see all the youth. Good evening to you, or good afternoon, DPID Surface, láti Ìdíròkò, mo rí yín níbẹ̀. Ìyá wa Latifa Ibrahim, any good evening. Bí ìlú tẹ́yìn wà yẹn, ìrọ̀lẹ́ ti mọ́, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ yín lọ́hùn. Lọ́dọ̀ tiwa ní London, aago méjì ó ṣe kọjá 16 hours. Mo mọ̀ tán pè ní 16 ní èdè Yorùbá ni àbá pè tán délẹ̀, má bínú. Mo kí bàbá wa Gani Olóyèdé, Adéwùnmí Adékúnlé, ẹ ṣé keep up the good work, White Lion. Amosun Ṣẹ́gun, Yusuf Olúwafẹ́mi Martins, Ọlá Àjàlá, Nestor Abikoya, and the rest of you. Yes, Igboho is the key of Yoruba Nation, but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé òun ni key. Wọ́n ẹlòmíì lè ṣe, and we're just sitting back and wait. Roland, thank you so much, and the rest of you that is there. Happy birthday to our sister Modupe in Germany, and those of you that are celebrating your birthday as well. My name is OLAMILEKAN, and you are watching a live transmission. It is a Friday edition, January 20, as history is now being made. Nigeria is at the verge of breakup. The West are concerned. Aago méjì kọjá ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́tàdínlógún. Kódà èmi náà ti gbọ́ Yorùbá dáadáa, mo jíwò lọ́dọ̀ Just Reason ni o. Aago méjì kọjá, ẹ wo èdè yẹn bó ṣe lọ dáadáa. Aago méjì kọjá ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́tàdínlógún. Imagine kẹ́ lọ sí bank kọ́ máa sọ èdè sí yín. Imagine ẹ ṣe gan bàbá wa 516. Imagine kó jẹ́ pé tó bá dé sí Nàìjíríà láti abroad, gbogbo òyìnbó tó ti ń gbọ́ láti airport ìlú mi, kó wá dé sílùú tiẹ̀. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórílẹ̀-èdè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá láti airport. Kí ló rán pé ká gbàlú? Tó bá dé Germany tó ń ṣe transit, èdè lọ́mọ abẹ́ sọ bí alẹ́ ọkọ̀ máa sọ chúchú díẹ̀ ní English but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sọ pé no, let's keep Nigeria, let's make Nigeria great again. And I'm asking how are we going to make Nigeria great again? Nigeria is at the verge of breakup. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sọ́dọ̀ Àrò Whistle one more time.
This election. It was unworthy. It was unworthy of the British people. This was no honest, straightforward thing that you would expect Britain, the mother of parliament, to do.
Ṣẹ́gbọ́n, Britain, the mother of democracy, ó wá rig election in 1959. But today, àwọn ti sún sẹ́yìn. Ó dà pé wọ́n rí pé àwọn people ti smart o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ti àwọn politicians. And that's why imagine American envoy going around Anambra, the British ambassador, Katrina Lang, going all over the place, telling people election is the next thing to do. Uchenna, thank you so much. Oh, hey, Biafra. Woto. This year, it will happen. Some Yoruba people are saying, we just want to know the way forward. The West is already concerned. The West is concerned about the upcoming election, and some are already telling their citizens to move out of Nigeria if they can do so now. Election will stop airport from operating. Election will become crisis. Election will become, and maybe we should just show you that, because sometimes people, we love to see things. So we don't believe it. But let me go and show it to you. Nigeria at the verge of breakup. It does not matter when, it does not matter how soon, it must collapse because it is not functioning for the real indigenous people. And who are the indigenous people? There was a pastor yesterday. Maybe somebody saw that article or the headline, you can remind me the name. And he talked inside it, he was talking about the Aborigine. Anybody that came across such article yesterday, please just let me know, because I would like to, go further into it. But I did a mistake. I should have screenshot it to myself so that I'll remember. But meaning the Aborigine. And we don't wait there. Okay, maybe I might find something. Let me say Aborigine Nigeria. So let me see. There was an article yesterday. Okoti local, and internet is a very good thing. Some of you don't even understand the power of the internet. Let me now go through Mutiratico Timo Wine. Every day I move around. Okoti came up with there was an article yesterday that I read around him. I'm sure some of you remember, this guy, right? Okoti. Wow, why do I have 200 as my front? Let me drop it down to 50. I normally want... Oh, Clement, thank you. Electionary means different things to different people. It means freedom and exit from the zoo. Thank you so much for the super chat, my brother Clement. And you always give us the super chat. Even if you don't give a super chat, I always love you because you are here listening to all. Kudos to all the Biafra that are working tirelessly. The autopilot, even the doors, the problem is people think that just as we have fraction in Yoruba Nation at the moment, we are still fighting one common enemy. And that common enemy is not ourselves, apart from those that do not want the progress of the Yoruba people and the Biafra people to exit. And welcome to those of you that we have not mentioned your name. We appreciate you. Yes, thank you so much. Rotimi Ajayi, Mẹ́rìndínlógún, Yoruba is a beautiful language. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ ọ̀pọ̀ tí Okoti sọ. Okoti, mo rántí pé Aborigine, and the moment I put Aborigine and Nigeria, Okoti came up. Because ó lò kọ́kọ́ náà pè ní Aborigine. Èmi wá lọ kọ́kọ́ Google, àwọn náà pè ní Aborigine. Let me go and tell you what I found out. When we talk about Aborigine, I always like to see the sound coming out. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n wò bí ọmọ amú sound jáde. This is the sound.
Aboriginal.
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 Again.
Aboriginal.
One more time.
Aboriginal.
Again.
Aboriginal.
Àwọn wo ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? And why did Okoti use that word in this article that I'm going to read now? First, understand the meaning of Aboriginal. Relating to the indigenous peoples of Australia or their languages. She's been working with the Aboriginal people for the past 40 years. Again, you can also say inhabitant or existing in the land. Àwa ni Aboriginal of the land of Yoruba territory. The Igbo people are the Aboriginal of their territory. The Hausa are the Aboriginal of their territory until the arrival of the colonists that destroyed it. Yes, as an Igbo man, I speak Yoruba well, so Yorubas are my people as well. Thank you so much, Uchenna Ulo. So what Aboriginal actually means is something I picked up when Okoti was saying that 2023 economic survival hangs on restructuring. Are they going to restructure Nigeria? Nobody wants to restructure Nigeria because the current state of Nigeria, oh please and welcome, some enjoy Nigeria than others. We, the Yorubas, are not enjoying Nigeria, but some of our politicians, some of our business people, some of our pastors, our imam, our traditionalists, and some of our kings are enjoying Nigeria. Does not mean that the Yoruba people today are enjoying Nigeria, because Nigeria is not working. And that is why we are saying that the unity of Nigeria can be negotiated if we, the Aboriginal, according to what we know, the meaning inhabitant or something doesn't exist. We have been existing before the white man came, and we will continue to exist. And we are better than them. It's just that we have been deceived that they are more better in terms of intellectual, but we know that all that is lies. Festus Keyamo, these are people that wants to keep Nigeria because they are part of the criminality of Nigeria. He should be fighting for the dissolution of the 1999 Constitution, but rather is also part of the system. Let's continue. Former presidential candidate and the interim government campaigner, Reverend Chris Okoti, has won. Won in that Nigeria future is guaranteed only when the country is restructured. Yes, those enjoying Nigeria are less than 5% of the population. You're right, Uchenna. But today, Reverend Chris Okoti is asking that the only future that is guaranteed. So that means if Nigeria is not restructured, there is no future in Nigeria. And I can only pity those of you that are still praying and hoping there will be future in Nigeria. Because I do not see any of these current political party ready to restructure Nigeria. And to restructure Nigeria does not mean we are doing road like Atiku told them in Ekiti. Oh no, that is not restructure. Before you can talk about restructure, the first thing you have to do is to dissolve the constitution. And when you dissolve the constitution, we don't have any more a country. And the new constitution is not going to favor the North, and that is why they are not ready to break Nigeria. And the only way forward now is continue to look at the indices. Why is the West now talking also that there might be crisis in Nigeria? But I'll come back to that. In continuation of his interim government campaign, which began in 2019, Okoti said that for Nigeria to overcome the 2023 global economic headwinds predicted by experts, I told you that already with the Bloomberg. We talk about it during the Bloomberg talking about Nigeria election and all sorts that was giving us the 6 chart. How many of you remember that? We talked about this, some few weeks ago. That's if you are really following, the conversation here. That Bloomberg was telling us that we are in a big mess. But I don't want to go into that now. But there's a broadcast that I did, and I talked about that. This time Okoti is wrong. The solution, Clement, you're right. But Okoti does not want to use the word disintegration. He's a man of God. He cannot come out and say break up Nigeria. Clement, you want Okoti, Reverend Okoti, to come out and say break. They will not come out, but they know that nobody's going to restructure Nigeria. But a lot of Nigerians are not listening. At least Okoti is telling us that according to the 2023 global economic headwinds, predicted by experts, the country will need strong governance structures and a stable polite which are absent in the present constitution. Okoti is now referring back again to that fraudulent constitution that Peter Obi wants to use, the same fraudulent constitution that Atiku wants to use. Sowore is just playing, it's not going anywhere. So I cannot count Sowore as part of the presidential candidate anymore. Kwankwaso he will just divide the boat in the north. But Atiku, Peter Obi, and Tinubu, Okote is now telling us that based on the fraudulent 1999 constitution. And I can quickly give us a video to back that quickly. You know, there's always a lot of video that talk about the fraudulent military decree constitution. Even Afe Babalola, let's hear him. You know, Afe Babalola is in his 80s, and these are men that knows the truth, but for whatever reason, they are not ready to speak the truth. Let's hear what he has to say.
The Constitution definitely do the 1999 Constitution on which it's operating, because the flaws in the current document are there for all to see.
If the flaw has been there since 1999, and in 2023, Yoruba people, Igbo people, Hausa people, all the ethnic groups are still pushing for 2023, and the question is, there will be crisis. I'm coming back to that. I have to pause that video. And the crisis is already being projected by the West themselves. And this is why the United Kingdom, the European Union, Australia is now issuing a fresh security alert over the general election, because everybody knows that Nigeria will explode whether they like it or not, because some of the people that wants to run this current, Nigeria are also not helping the situation. There are people that are saying that, let us dissolve Nigeria. Let's go into velvet divorce. We don't need to carry gun and kill each other. We can divide Nigeria and let everybody go, or there will be no Nigeria, there will be pieces Nigeria, and those of you that are still in Nigeria will have to understand that without all this pressure, we are going nowhere. And when there's pressure, something is going to pop up. And what is going to pop up, I'm going to tell us now, with the video. But let's go and see kí làwọn òyìnbó ń sọ lórí 2023 election. In the same vein, the European Union, I hope I've not gone too far. Oh no, I've gone too far. And this is put together by Biodun Busari. The United Kingdom that I'm living is advising me to not go to Nigeria. So those of you telling me to come to Nigeria, well, I understand we are all fighting for Yoruba Nation, but I am not living in Nigeria presently. So whether you like it or not, Britain is already even advising me not to go to Nigeria. So even if you're telling me to come, Britain will tell me, say, I want to go to Nigeria, even after issuing, a travel alert. But since you cannot get a visa to come to UK, you would have to hold up until there will be a way forward. Because not everybody can get to UK. If you manage to get a visa, please make your way to UK before the general election. But if you don't have a visa, maybe you can get to African country, or maybe you hold on down there and whatever is going to happen will happen. The world is not going to come down. The world is not going to come down regardless of whatever is going to happen between now and the election. The world will continue. Don't be deceived by any of the prophecy. Don't be deceived by anybody that the world is coming to an end. The world does not come to an end. It is the people living inside the world that would continue to die, whether in their 1, whether in their 2, whether in their 3. A couple of days ago, I don't know, Ukraine thought maybe they were firing into Russia aircraft. They brought down their foreign minister and he died with 18 people, 16 on board and 2 children on the ground. People died every day. So whatever is going to happen in Nigeria, the world is not going to end. But the United Kingdom and Australia have now asked their citizens not to embark on travel to Nigeria in the latest security advisory that was issued yesterday. Okay, Udabo, Prince Adiola is heading to work. Yasho. It is too late to restructure Nigeria. Yes, you're right, Victor Ajileye. In the same vein, the European Union cautioned that insecurity, I want you to take note of that, is not because of the Yoruba Nation agitation. It's not because of the Biafra agitation. There is so much insecurity might prevent elections from taking place in some part of it. And if election does not take part in the southwest, in the southeast, in the north, in the northeast, in any part of Nigeria, are we going to say we have a conclusive result or conclusive, participation? Because I don't know how they are going to do it. Let's give an example. We have 774 local government. And out of that 774 local government, 200 local government could not conduct election for so many reasons, according to the West, for insecurity. They did not say because of Yoruba people. So, but when they say, "Àwọn ọmọ Yoruba la fẹ́ disrupt election in Nigeria," no, we are not disrupting the election, but the Western world is already saying that it's because of the insecurity. So don't come and be telling lies. Pé àwa tá ń ṣe Yoruba Nation, àwa kọ́ la ló ń join INEC office. Àwọn tó ń join INEC office, governor yìí mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún mọ̀ nípa àwọn tó ń join INEC office. Lagos State governor mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. Ṣèyí Mákindé mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. And Imo State governor, Anambra State, they all know those that are using to disrupt. They wanted to kill, the cop guy in Nigeria. How many people remember? They burned down everything around him. I'm sure you all remember. Because people forget things now. You don't remember anything. Remember that they were almost going to kill the guy because he raised a lot of alarm. And, last week, we saw how, I think I will see it quicker on Twitter, the guy, remember the guy, the cop guy, I can't remember his full name now, but let me quickly go on Twitter and I can. How many people have registered to Twitter? Because not a lot of people do tweeting. How many people remember this guy? This guy, they were almost going to kill him because why? Let's hear a little bit. And take invitation without access to their families, lawyers, and invitation which I require. If the intelligence. So this guy, at least you know the guy I'm talking about now. Do you know that they almost killed him? He was almost killed when his house was, where the campaign office or whatever. I want to get that video. Kí lorúkọ again now. Maybe because I'm putting election, that's why. I want to get his name properly. We saw how he was almost killed. They raised down every part, somebody was killed. And we know that it is the governor that sent the thug. Anyway, we know who I'm talking about anyway. So, even if I can't get the video out, at least you have an idea. So why am I saying all this? Is because the West is already saying that insecurity, which a lot of you don't understand. I don't think some of you understand when they say something there's insecurity. That means there will be uncertainty. And let me quickly give you the meaning of insecurity for the benefit of those of us that wants to know.
Insecurity.
Again.
Insecurity.
And one more time.
Insecurity.
Uncertainty or anxiety about Nigeria. Lack of confidence. So the West, the European Union, United Kingdom, America has not issued any warning yet, but I'm sure they will before election. But according to the European Union, is now cautioned that insecurity, the uncertainty tó ń bọ̀ ní Nigeria might prevent elections from taking place in some part of the country. The EU, Jack Olushola, my brother, how you doing? And I saw the way you were dressed going to church on Sunday. I hope you pray for me and pray for Yoruba land. The European Union said the security climate in Nigeria was very hostile. What do we understand by the word hostile? I know what it is, but it's always good just to, get more knowledge. When they say something is
hostile.
Again.
Hostile.
One more time.
Hostile.
Showing or feeling opposition or dislike, belonging to a military enemy. So even as we speak today, you might wake up and you will not realize that there's a coup that has gone through already. Yes, Yoruba Aboriginal, Yoruba Indigenous people of Yoruba land existed way before the British Nigeria Incorporated, aka British Royal Niger. Thank you so much, Waris Jinadu. A lot of people don't understand that, but I'm a parasi article Okoti because that was where I got this Aborigine coming from. I'm just giving you all the reasons that looking into 2023, the danger of 2023 is something that a lot of us must understand that it might not happen as you think. Election in less than 35 days. In October last year alone, we saw the US, the UK, the Canada, and other developed nations, even Bulgaria, were telling their citizens, get the hell out of Nigeria. So now let's come back to Okoti, Reverend Okoti. as I was saying earlier. He was talking about the reason why Nigeria cannot function is because of the present constitution, and that was why we brought this information ready for you. Let's listen to Babalola speaking on Channels Television. This was last year. Let's listen.
That's the view of elder statesman and senior advocate of Nigeria, Ariafe Babalola. He told Channels Television's Ladi Akeredoluwale in our current affairs program Newsnight that with the level of insecurity and poverty in the country, which...
Again, did you hear that? The level of insecurity. Any country that has a level of insecurity, there's always uncertainty.
His view stems from the Constitution's problems. Elections are not the most urgent assignment. He cites several...
Oh yes, you're quite right, my brother. They always try to pin the unknown gunmen to Biafra, and it's only a gullible person that will believe that nonsense and cock and bull story. The insecurity has always been the Nigerian military infiltrating, dressing up as Biafra, taking people and bringing them and believe that everybody think that we are stupid and dumb in 2023. The Nigerian military is the most corrupt military across the globe, and they are the one infiltrating both the Yoruba and the Biafra, especially in the Biafra land, doing the kidnapping, creating a lot of havoc. And each time I post something on my timeline, some idiot people are telling me, mad people all over the place, telling me I should come and show you evidence.
1999 Constitution to buttress his view.
We all know, you know, I know. All my listeners know that our problem...
Baba, so if you know, I know, since 1999, why did you keep quiet? That this constitution, and this man has now also endorsed Peter Obi, for those of you that probably did not know.
Constitution, which has made constitution very lucrative, the only business. You go to the street today, go out, you see 10 young boys, ask them, hey, what's your business? Politics. Then, what's your business? Politics. Out of the 10 will tell you is politics. It has become business. There was no poverty when I was growing up. Under the 60-65, because there was no poverty. Nigeria today is the world poverty capital. And yet, they want to contest election under the same constitution that supports us to where we are. Left to me alone, let us cure that disease.
Baba, how do we cure the disease is the question. Olakunle said Nigerian custom officials see some military uniform and other unknown personnel order for release. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ìyàwó Janet, thank you so much. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ cure disease yẹn? Remember that Okoti is saying the same thing, that going into election with this constitution, and let me read that again, in continuation of his interim government campaign, which he began in 2019, Okoti said, and I quote, that for Nigeria to overcome this 2023 global economy headwinds. Some of you are still thinking that you will make it in Nigeria. I pray you make it, but I know that there's nobody that can make it in Nigeria because Nigeria is a hellfire. Thank you so much, those of you on the MixLR. Allahu Baba, Yoruba Nation, now. Good afternoon once again, all the way from Ilorin, and the rest of you listening to us on the MixLR. In continuation, also in 2023, the global economy that is about to hit Nigeria, Omaju tsunami lo, walai. Some of you don't even understand what is about to hit you. You think that when we are saying that we should go out of Nigeria is a joke. A lot of you are asking what is the way forward. The way forward is we must continue to tell those that believe in one Nigeria that there will not be any Nigeria. Nigeria will be either going to pieces or crisis or whatever, according to Jejaje Yoju, a revolution. Nigeria is going through a turbulence and there's no way it can revive itself back. It must completely come down for the Aboriginal people to take control back of their resources, because our parking space have been used by the stooge urbans, the stooge ballet, our fraudulent politicians, and the corrupt Western power that have held everybody to bondage. Let me quickly go through this and close this because I don't want this broadcast to have any interruption, because before we started, my system crashed earlier. According to the cleric is saying that this particular constitution that Abafe Babalola is talking about is a fraudulent document. And until the storm, Tikobasi storm in Nigeria, it will be very difficult. But the storm is going to start from the same political parties because they will kill each other and they will make life miserable for average Nigerians that will then wake up. So I now pick something that took us to the Aborigine when the cleric said this in his New Year message that was released. Yeah, Google said Dangote is the owner of Nigeria. Can you imagine? Adeyoju Tisa, thank you so much. According to the cleric was releasing his message from his media advisor, Ladia Yodeji, in Lagos during the week. That I want us to take note, and let me bring this up quickly to at least a little bit more for those of you that have small phone. It's very, very important. This is where I was saying to myself, so all these people also know that we are the real owner. Why are we now talking about restructure Nigeria? If we, the Aboriginal, is not allowed to take back our resources. The cleric, Emmanuel, says, I think half of the population in Eko must be kidnapped before they know something is wrong with them. Well, that is your view and opinion, and I can only say amen. Maybe that will make them wake up. The cleric says that unless Afiti, the Aboriginal democracy proposition is adopted, the country could plunder under a severe social, political, and economic crisis. Okoti observed that given the fact that 80% of our income, 80% out of 100, imagine 100%, but 80% is used to service our current debt of up to 77 trillion naira against a backdrop of a bloated bureaucracy. The country has no choice under the current constitution than to keep borrowing to run the country. So those of you that are thinking that when election is over, Tinubu will come and solve your problem. When election is over, Atiku will come and solve your problem. When election is over, Peter Obi is going to come and solve your problem. And the question Okoti is saying is, they will continue to also put money. Owó tó ń pa nínú crude oil tó ń wọlé. Owó tó ń wọlé, which is our major, already, I told you last week, crude oil is already half. It's coming up to almost 3 p.m. local time in London. 20th of January 2023. This is koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Our right to self-determination will be respected. Is 2023 still visible? Is still achievable? Is the question that a lot of international community are now concerned. Nigeria is at the verge of breakup. Okoti, only owó tẹ́ ń pa. So when people are asking what is the way forward, there will be hunger in the land. You will all be forced to do whatever it takes to rescue yourself. Because we are telling us now, people are not listening. I love this headline. According to court, vacate interim forfeiture order on Okeredilo. Most of people, all these people, they are not powerful. But imagine if Ike Kerimadu was in Nigeria, Koda, he would be driving up and down with their campaign that is going on right now. But he's stuck here in London in one of the prisons, and he will remain there until his case is decided. So let me close this, and let's hear a little bit more from Afe Babalola before we go to the next slide.
That is his constitution. And again, the same constitution, section 9 permits.
Afa Fọlọ́runṣọ́ ẹ sọ pé Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́ wà láì. Tí ì bàjẹ́ Nàìjíríà. Àní gbèsè tí Nàìjíríà ń jẹ 77 trillion. Owó ẹ má bínú, owó a máa wọ́n yín ní Nàìjíríà ni kò ń ṣe pé because 80% owó tó yẹ kó wọ Nàìjíríà tó yẹ kó fi ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kó fún aráàlú nínú ẹ̀ àfi service debt. So definitely báwo lè ṣe fẹ́ máa gbàdúrà pé kọ́ ló ń jẹ́ kí arówó lò. Ibo lẹ ti fẹ́ rówó lò? Ẹ lè rówó lò because owó tó yẹ kó máa fi run operation Nàìjíríà lójoojúmọ́ tó yẹ kó máa fọwọ́ síta. It is being used to service our debt, 77 trillion.
The members of House to amend the Constitution, let me read to you, says the National Assembly may, subject to the provision of this Constitution, alter any of the provisions of the Constitution. Alter means change. Any means all, any, the whole, part, or much, or all. What stops the Parliament, legislators, from amending this Constitution and say, it is hereby enacted that there shall be an interim government of 6 months.
With all this that this elder statement is talking, he still end up endorsing Peter Obi, and I don't know what constitution they are going to use. Yeah, they are praying in the wrong, destruction. A couple of to Yawa Root, Graham Maskey, important of Yoruba Nation to the world, freedom and prosperity now. But a lot of Yoruba people are running up and down, not understanding. Sherry, Nigeria jokole, wallahi. It does not make any difference. Any of the 3 political parties, they cannot rectify the damage to one in Nigeria. There's no point, wasting my energy on this video anymore. A lot of us have seen it before. You can go on YouTube. Now, as election is coming, there's gallery, there's excitement. You see CNBC, they'll be sending their reporter. They'll put them in Sheraton Hotel. Nigeria will give them security. They'll be moving up and down. This was, 3 years ago. Let's say. International observer speaks on the Nigerian presidential election, and this was in 2019. I was in Nigeria as well. The same time, because before the only difference, I spent my own money, and if you're in doubt, I guess I always have something to show. Olayomi Koiki INEC. That's me with Seun Okinbaloye. So if anybody is saying Koiki, come back home, no, I was home in 2019. Okay. Maybe you've never seen this picture before. That is me and Seun Okinbaloye with the degree on my iPhone at 31 degree, 14th of February 2019. I arrived a day before, which was on the 13th. So don't tell me come back home. I was home during that election. So and no politician can come out and say, I will sponsor me. I sponsor myself. I squeezed myself because I wanted to experience that, everything I'm doing right now. I just feel happy that I took some risk. Because my wife was saying, are you sure? It was getting another experience. I've never witnessed one before. I left Nigeria before the first one in 1999. So going in 2019, I just bought my ticket and boom, I was in Nigeria. And on the 16th was when they were meant to do that election. The election was cancelled overnight. Midnight, people have already slept. People like us were still awake. We started getting the rumor that the election will be cancelled. But today, everybody's saying, Koiki, come back home. Koiki, ma bonile, kajamashe. Well, I was home. I was home with my own money. And I did not see anything prosper in that fraudulent election that took place. People were not allowed to vote in Lagos State. And all I saw during the Ogun State campaign, which I was, because there was a fight between Amosu and Dapabiodun. Amosu was supporting Akinlade. So don't tell me now that if I can come home, you can say there, Koiki, CEO. Yoruba Nation ló sanwó fún mi tí mo fi lọ́lé ní 2019 ní February. I was making a little bit of my own small income. I was already relevant. I was already known. But I still speak to my friend, Seun Okinbaloye, once in a while. But he's not going to invite me on politics today. That's what they debate. Because in Timon Sonisi, he contradicting Tom Muso, Lori Channels Television. He's a very popular guy on politics today. So when anybody is just talking nonsense, I just wonder sometimes whether you understand, where I'm coming from. This is another guy, he relocated to Nigeria, some few years back. He used to work with Ben Television. So don't tell me to come back home. I have always been coming home since 2015 after 14 years of being locked here by UK government for not giving me my right document to travel to Nigeria. And only God knows why. Because everything we use God. But one thing is, don't push you in a different direction that Nigeria is going to work. Nigeria is not going to work. This is the Jade Yoju, spent 62 days in the prison. and so many like that. So let's go back again. Maybe I can find something. So when we talk, I am not one of those that mama asks, come back home. What do you mean I should come back home? I've always been coming home, and I will remain coming back to my Yoruba land at the appropriate time. I will come home at the appropriate time. You know, I have much better, images as well. I know my back-end team would like to send it to me, but it's somewhere there anyway. So, you know, I was home. Maybe I should use koikimedia. Koikimedia 2019 election. So, but kí ni mo control láti fàyọ ni pé the election that they've done since 1999 till date is not working. And you can see there, that's me. 2019, at least, and okay, no. And then don't take me away. You can see there, 2019 general election, Independent National Electoral Commission. That was my badge. So don't come and sit here and be talking nonsense that you don't know. You know, I told you, if you take a risk, media man take a risk in it. It does not matter. I'm using my media now to take the risk. And I believe this is one of my videos. Let's see. Let's watch. Oh my God. Why is he trying to? Okay, I should look for the one that will take me through. Oh, what have I done there? 2019. Koikimedia. Election 2019. Let's see if I can find one. I was home. Let's see. Nigeria election 2019. I don't know. Okay. You see me there? You see me? Right there, I was communicating back to Star Radio UK. Video don't tell lies. Don't compare me. I keep telling you, I take risk. 2019. I was communicating right there with Star Radio UK. No, I mean, Mr. Fad. You know, sometimes people, and I'm even looking for one if it's Oju campaign gong. So, Kin Mofefayo, just to move forward away from. Let's just remember that we are all in this together. Whether I am on ground, whether I am not on ground, we are all in this together, okay? So, now let's listen to this international observer.
But I think the Nigerian people are continuing to show enthusiasm in their elections. You get a sense that people are beginning to believe that their votes really count. And that
you hear it? People start to believe that their vote really count. And the question is their vote counting? Everybody knows it's not counting. I don't want to use too much of those videos because they are not mine. Which one is this? Let's watch and listen to this.
I'm being joined by the president and the CEO of the National Endowment for Democracy, NED, which is an organization based in the United States that was founded in 1983 for promoting democracy in other countries that promote.
Their job is to promote democracy. Not to talk about the indigenous people, the Aboriginal, but their job is to go and look at, promoting democracy. These ones, their job is to come and promote democracy. What a complete crap that we have allowed ourselves and found ourselves in this situation. Let's go into it a little bit.
Political and economic institution.
And everybody will be as a foreign observer.
Who is the president and the CEO joins me live.
Thank you so much,
in our studio. Thank you so much, Damon, for coming.
It's an honor.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you again.
I mean, the last time we saw in DC, and it's quite interesting the kind of attention to what is given to the Nigerian election. And that's my first.
And this was, the last election, that Shemo Kimbaloy was putting an interview. Who wanted to be just okay?
Question. Why is the world interested in the Nigerian election, especially 2023 election? This is a consequential election.
Sorry, this is a current one. So not the old cover. It's a current one because they're talking about 2023. The world is focused now on the 2023 general election.
First of all, it matters a lot for Nigerians.
How does it matter? How does it matter for Nigerians? You see, these are the reason why Nigerians are talking about the election matters for us, but go and apply for American visa now. They'll tell you no, fix Nigeria, knowing fully well that we are already being subjugated. Nnamdi Kanu, they've told the court have said discharged and acquitted, but the government refused. But rather than these ones to be complaining that this country is no longer working, they say no. Oh, our vote counts, as if the vote of Nigerians count. But today, what is the way forward? The way forward is everybody understand that should we allow Nigeria to continue, we will all pay the heavy consequence of it. So the only way forward is to continue to tell the Yoruba people that Etufelo signed death warrant. If you're campaigning for an election 2023, you are putting a death warrant in your life. So Tobawa pick death warrant, to anger, you will die. Because you get to the hospital, one can 5,000, one can just small operation, don't come and cost to be at 50,000. It doesn't have it. The debt is continuing, but I'm really anything. They will come and show King Baloye with a nice suit. Toba Mawada anything, Google login. I really only there because Nigeria who said they are doing this for their own selfish interest alone, not because of me and you. You think when you see people like this, it's not. How can they say that this one they set up in 1983 and their job is to go to African countries and see how election is done and conducted and everybody? It's just nonsense. But we like to be told lies. I might not live with him, but I live with these people that looks like him here in UK for 24 years. So kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ tí àwa tó máa jọ wá lójú. Bó ṣe rí yẹn nísìn tó bá bá pàdé ní toilet ó máa sá jáde ni. Àwọn náà ń jẹun, àwọn náà ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan. But àwa ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ wá eléyìí nísìn tá a bá lọ wo age ẹ̀ nísìn pẹ̀lú age mi, we are probably the same age. But ó ti ní upper head nítorí pé ìlú tó bí sí ó ní system tó ń ṣiṣẹ́, òun ní láti go through immigration. Tó bá tún bá tẹ́mi bá dé Nàìjíríà nísìn tí bá ní àmọ́fẹ́ ọlọ́pàá nísìn tó bá gáìdì ni ọlọ́pàá máa sanwó. But really nísìn governor of Lagos State ló máa ní ẹ̀fún lọ́lọ́pàá. How many police do you want? Okay, I've just been told update. Rally by Edo. There was a gunshot, 15 shrapnel removed by the body of the victim yesterday. Yes, I got that yesterday. Thank you so much for the back end tip. Thank you so much, Graham Maskey. The discussion now on LBC is about systematic racism, open discussion. Did you hear that? Racism to one Louis. Let's see, my brother just said that having a big discussion on LBC radio here in UK. Cherry, there will be a lot of people that will support us at the appropriate time. But for now, let's listen. I am in London. Accept. Oh my God. Listen, sign in, blah, blah, blah. Just to listen. I don't want to sign in. I just want to listen, man. All right. I like this guy. Oh, which one be signing? Where did they talk now? I don't want signing now. Shit. All right, let me use my Twitter to see if I can get it authorized. That's the beauty of technology. Oh my God. I haven't got the time for it. Anyway, I just thought maybe we should just snip through and listen to what they're saying there. But you see, it's just data collection, signing, all this. It's just data collection. That's what they do best. And I'm not sure whether they have a Facebook. There's a lot of racism going on here in this country. Don't you get it? Let's see if I can listen from here.
Extended until the end of February. The 36-year-old, who is being held with his brother Tristan, is being investigated over allegations of rape and trafficking. A new inquest has been ordered into the death of a teenager who was stabbed in Cheshire. Yusuf Maki was killed during a row with a friend in Hale Barnes in March 2019. An inquest in 2021 ruled out both unlawful killing and accidental death as reasons for Yusuf's death.
So, news update,
the government has announced plans for a cash deposit return scheme to recycle empty drinks cans and bottles. It's expected to be introduced from 2025.
So hopefully when they come back, we'll pick on that. So kí ni mo fàyọ fún èyí tí
Environment Minister Rebecca Powell has told LBC it will be a simple and effective system.
They will buy them.
So once on news, so hopefully they'll come back to where it is. So, but when we see somebody like this now, don't sorrow, we're happy, we're excited, Oyinbo Pepe coming to talk about election and the global importance of Nigeria. I'll come back to these ones later. Let's come back here. Thank you so much for giving us that update. And this is the beauty of technology. We are live. We can go straight into another platform there, which is LBC, a very very big platform here in UK. A man Bob Brand or something. I can't remember his name. I used to listen to LBC as well when I used to drive a lot.
Is the 5th largest democracy in the world. It's the largest economy.
The 6th largest. All this is all a false narrative. Okay, what do I need Lunisi to a Osun State? In terms of the 6th largest, she ordered here because Eka was already to Yawa Sekino Amomi. Muki went in a different part of. So when they keep telling us Nigeria is the most populous nation, Nigeria is blah blah blah. How does that have impact? Is now on LBC. Okay, let's listen a little bit. Let's see.
One a mental health charity and one an anti-racism charity. As teachers, if they thought it was necessary, and 94% of teachers who were surveyed said yes, they thought all school staff, not just teachers, should get anti-racism training. You've been telling me your experiences of racism in the school that you went to or go to or work in. On last caller before the news, John in Tower Hamlets was pretty furious about who was alluding to elements of critical race theory in our conversation with me. And she mentioned intersectionality, which is a tenet of critical race theory, amongst other things, as an abomination. I think I'm interpreting John correctly when I say that. But I think if John's honest, he'll or just
this is what we face in UK.
At least accept
you think that living in UK is easy.
That when, for example, we see evidence that black women have more adverse outcomes in maternity care than their white counterparts. That is an example of race intersecting with healthcare, racism intersecting with healthcare, just to give one example. So that's my understanding of intersectionality. It doesn't mean that white people don't have rights too. It doesn't mean that white people don't have prejudices directed at them. I mean, you only have to look at this country's class system and how working class people are still disadvantaged in many ways because of their class, whatever colour they are. So there's intersectionality all over the place, as in one thing intersecting with another to double.
This is the problem. Face. Not at all we have opportunity, but the racism continue. And thank you so much, for bringing this to our live broadcast as well.
Not always come under the umbrella of critical race theory, which John was attacking and saying that he shouldn't have been allowed to talk about on the radio. That I disagree with. But what he also did was really misrepresent what I'm saying here, which isn't any theory of anything. I'm not saying it's impossible for prejudice on the colour of your skin to be shown to a white person. I think it is. But I do think that history tells us, I mean, the whole span of history will take in all kinds of prejudice and racism. The Vikings and their slave trade and the like.
Love you and we appreciate you for all your work and support.
And in the recent history of our world.
So, at least read the feel. This is what we are going through, Nilui. We go through this every blessed day.
Well, you think? I think that's where the evidence points to. And all the more reason, maybe, why training around racism, if John can tolerate that way of describing it rather than anti-racism training, it is what we need, all of us, never mind just in schools. Musa has called from Barnet. Hello, Musa.
Hi, Sheila.
Hello there. I'm okay, yes.
I think
fire away.
John's probably a nice guy, but this is exactly the angle I'm coming from. In fact, he wasn't a nice guy, or cruel, but I'm saying that to prove a point. And I think that as a black person growing up in this country, born in this country, raised in this country. I've got a very different outlook with applying for my first passport at 33. The way certain things are looked at, because one, do you have an experience as a black person, and what that means when it comes to first generation, intersectionality, which that person gladly spoke about. People like John may not understand what it means when something as small as, for example, first and cutting my hair short and being told I need to sit in one class by myself for a week till my hair grows back. Meanwhile, other people, particularly on the other scale, and this is why white people come into the equation, and it's not a bias, because something as black people are supposed to cut their hair because it's too long, but then mine was too short. So I don't ever think that some white people actually have to think about some of their how they express themselves. If I have to think
their body isn't up for grabs the way yours is. Is that what you're saying?
Everyone's body is different, but the hair specifically.
Sherry, come up with Lori. Sherry, in terms of Nibeyen, mo pity a lot of àwọn èèyàn wa tó jẹ́ Nigerians ní UK. Sherry, àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe bí síbí bá. Wá fèsì more racism than in táwọn ọmọ sí tèmi go through nígbà táwọn dé ní 1991. If racism is still going on in 2023, ẹ̀wọ̀n táwọn ọmọ sí tèmi àtàwọn tó dé before wọn in the 80s, ẹ̀wọ̀n tó go through. Ìyẹn àròpọ̀ ó máa ti wà eradicated. Wọ́n ń gbìyànjú o, but it's still an ongoing problem. Ọmọ ẹ̀ máa ṣe dáadáa ní football, bó wọ́n ní jẹ́ kó gbá ball. Ọmọ ẹ̀ máa ṣe dáadáa ní accountant, bó wọ́n ní fún níṣẹ́ ní the best accounting firm. Ọmọ ẹ̀ máa padà lọ máa ṣe check out ní Asda àti Lidl. But ṣe jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú ká lọ build ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tiwa, ká kọ́ ọmọ wa lọ síbẹ̀ within the next 10 years. Mo sọ pé 200 years from now, níbo ni ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa wà? Ṣé ẹ rò pé Kóìkì tó ń pariwo Yoruba Nation? Mo sì tèmi dé ní 90s. Èmi náà dé in the 90s. Èmi náà tún ti bímọ. Ó ti di generation mélòó? Generation mẹ́ta. Tí mo ò bá sáré dáadáa nísìnyí, ọmọ mi tí ó ti ń lọ dàgbà nísìnyí, tó bá yá ó máa feel a little bit uncomfortable even with his British passport nílùú yìí. Mo kí bàbá wa Bákàrí Adékúnlé. Ìdí tá a ṣe ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa, yes, indigenous people of Yorubas, ọmọ Odùduwà dìde, Bashiru Mustapha, thank you so much. So kí ni mò ń fàyọ ni pé àwa ń wo Nàìjíríà as a country, but àwọn ọmọ tàbí sí ìlú òyìnbó ara ti ń ni wọ́n, because tó bá drive Mercedes tó dá ọlọ́pàá ń dá wọn dúró, a mọ̀ pé criminal wà láàárín àwọn díẹ̀ nù wọn, bọ̀ kò ń ṣe gbogbo wọn. So ṣe jẹ́ ká lọ build ilẹ̀ tiwa náà tó ń pè nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ṣe jẹ́ ká gba Yoruba Nation, ká kó gbogbo resources wa, gbogbo brain wa, gbogbo intellectuals wa, ká lọ fi develop, ká lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹ sọ pé Kóìkì ṣọ́tà, blah blah blah, blow blow blow. But the West is telling you that there is a danger ahead. Àti wo Inter-America sọ, America òyìnbó fẹ́, òyìnbó tó ń sọ, ẹ yẹ ká túbọ̀ díẹ̀ nínú ìtọ́ lọ níbí báyìí. Ẹ wá fi wo picture yìí.
That's actually why I'm calling, because
ẹ wo picture yìí nísìn. But picture yìí nísìn kò reflect gangan ní UK báyìí. It's all lies.
If you understand.
Governor Soludo àtòyìnbó, wọ́n jọ ń check ara wọn.
No, some of the callers that call, even yesterday when I was talking about the Crawley matters.
And this, time flies. Èmi náà ti dé bíbá nísìn. Ẹja mute ti background yẹn. And thank you so much for somebody that brought us into this conversation tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Àwọn èèyàn rò pé before we know, lè wà gbogbo yín pátápátá àtẹ̀mí, mo fún gbogbo wa ní 200 years, we are dead gone. Gbogbo ẹni tó ń gbọ́ mi lẹ́nìí àtẹni tó máa gbọ́ fídíò yìí, 200 years lè wà láyé mọ́, because tí bá add 200 years mọ́ age mi, I will be 244 years old. Kí ni mo fẹ́ máa ṣe? Kólú ẹ ti lọ. But kí ló máa wà tá fẹ́ fi sílẹ̀, òun lè rí tàn sá, òun ṣe nísìn jẹkúrú jẹ látẹ̀fẹ́ jẹ nísìn tẹ́fẹ́ para yín lé lórí. kò ń ṣe èyí tí ẹ fẹ́ jẹ nísìn là ń sọ àwa ń wọjọ́ ọ̀la àmọ́ bí àwọn tó fẹ́ bá yín wọjọ́ ọ̀la lélẹ̀ ẹ̀dá gbọ́n tó sọ nínú Nàìjíríà àwọn ilé ìwọjọ́ ọ̀la ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ọ̀n wọjọ́ ọ̀la ilẹ̀ Ìgbò ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn Haúsá they are still looking at it in Nigeria and that is why America is building the biggest embassy in the world in Nigeria but in Lagos. Ṣé America ti rí pé Nigeria máa pín ni lọ́ ṣe ń move ẹ̀ lọ sí Lagos to be on a strategic place because somebody was pointing that to me pé Koiki àwọn gbọ́ broadcast ẹ̀ tó ṣe yẹn nípa American embassy maybe you don't know America embassy building new one Nigeria US and Nigeria celebrate historical ó ti wà lórí kíní tiwọn náà let me drop this front because it's just too much. Let's bring it down to 150. The US and Nigeria celebrate historical groundbreaking of a new US Consulate General in Nigeria. The United States is committed to strengthening the enduring US-Nigeria relation, not US and Yoruba relation, not US and Igbo relation, or Biafra relation, not US and Arewa relation, but in Nigeria. But this guy now is coming to talk about the reason why we must continue as Nigeria because already he's a US citizen as well. But I am here now telling you with the LBC that we are listening to that there is danger in UK within the next 50 years.
White people do in the reverse situation. I think that's what he was trying. And I think that there's some truth in that there will be benefits to obviously teaching anti-racism.
Because there will be more racism even in the next 50 years in this country. Because àwọn òyìnbó náà pé wọ́n ti ní pé we are turning this country into another country that they don't understand anymore. And that's why they're becoming frustrated.
If you like, the set for black people in this country and other countries is
and that is why people that came during the Windrush wọ́n sọ fún àwọn tó kó wá ní Windrush pé kó padà lọ sí Jamaica. But àwọn tó ń gbé níbí báyìí nísìnyí they are thinking that it's heaven that là ń gbé nínú ẹ̀. Yeah, I mean it's okay my freezer is full with food, you know, I have food in the kitchen, I enjoy ntí mo jẹ nísìnyí mo kàn jẹ banana mo dẹ̀ jẹ waffles kan mo dẹ̀ mú mi lé lórí mo fi step aside. But àwọn tó wà nílé ẹ mọ̀ pé ìtawà ń wò ni pé àwa ń wo ọjọ́ ọ̀la kò ń ṣe lénìí ni mò ń wò. If I was looking at today, I would probably do less about Yoruba Nation. Èmi náà fẹ́ drive Mercedes. But irú àwọn ọmọ wa nísìnyí tó jẹ́ pé èmi ni the second generation from my mom. Now èmi náà ti bímọ nísìnyí. Now the third generation. Ṣé ó nígbà tí ọmọ mi náà bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bímọ tèmi ti wà ní old age la máa pariwo Yoruba Nation? I'm just asking the question. And this is why we are telling our people that ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ràn. But America is building the biggest embassy in the world in Lagos State. I don't know whether they have their own video, but you can see what the embassy will eventually looks like. In a strategic place, very close to the water. One mountain fair. You think America is stupid? You think they don't know what they want? But a lot of you are expecting America to get involved and help us to break Nigeria. It's not going to happen. So don't expect it to happen. And this was the groundbreaking. You can see ọ̀nà pé Tinubu náà wà ní orí ìjókòó. Ṣé Tinubu kọ́ nìyẹn? Yeah, àti Sanwó-Olú. So kí ni wọ́n ń tà fún America? Táwa Yorùbá ọmọ. Ta ló ń gba parking space wa? Is going to cost America $537 million to finish that project. That base Elédùmarè. And a lot of people are not saying what we are saying. Maybe it is just me. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo. And they've done a lot of videos, you know. Let's hear what this one is talking about. And people are always happy, hey, maybe by the time they finish that consulate, I will get enough visa.
Now to our next conversation. The United States government has commenced the construction of a new consulate office in Lagos. It should be the largest globally. It's come to Nigerians as a surprise. And
it come to Nigeria as a surprise. As if Nigeria is a country. As if it is going to help my people in Ijebu-Ode, in Ekiti, in Osun, in Kogi. What is the value of that embassy for our people? Some people are saying, it could be a strategic reason, no? But we can't say until Nigeria breaks. But my people, when they hear this kind of news, America is building the biggest embassy, maybe I will get a job there.
Quite groundbreaking. Estimated $537 million. The new consular office will occupy 12.2-acre space in the rapidly developing Eco-Atlantic city. Will provide a modern space for the largest.
Only strategic reason my foot. But this is what some people are saying. They say maybe it's for a strategic reason.
Consular operation in Africa. For more about this project, we have joined us Stephen Belly, U.S. Consulate Public Affairs.
Hey, U.S. Public Consulate. Hey, yeah, come and talk to us. Come and talk to Nigeria. What is it going to benefit us? We are saying that the only option for us now is to break up Nigeria. Afe Babalola is another Babasala. Bobby Victor Jile. One Afe Babalola is another Babasala.
Officer.
Another Oyibo Pepe. Oya Oyibo Pepe. Luku Pepe. Oya, come and talk to us. Oya.
This morning. Great to have you.
Great to have you.
Thank you, Laddie, very much.
Thank you, Laddie, for having me. But here in London, they are talking about racism.
Support to customers who need it most, including free energy grants.
But our people, when they say Oyibo Pepe, and this video was on the 3rd of May 2022. Hey, Oyibo Pepe, Oya, come and talk to us. Oya, Oyibo Pepe, look, mad people all over the place. Very Miami. But I want more Yoruba. Video the publicity for America is speaking. Let me quickly. But what is in need for us as Yoruba people?
Great holidays.
Happy holidays and happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holiday to Nigerians. New people.
All of you out there, all of the viewers, happy holidays and happy Eid.
They got happy Eid.
For that, and wow, quite a groundbreaking.
Sorry, Michael Godways, I missed your call. My program. A very good afternoon to you. Gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ máa ń béèrè pé Koiki òkè pẹ̀lú gbogbo tó ń sọ yìí kí ni way forward tí a bá fi Nàìjíríà sí spotlight in the world, we're going nowhere.
Absolutely. Project there, and I'm wondering, why is the U.S. government building the largest consulate in Nigeria?
Well, there are a lot of reasons, Laddie. One is Nigeria is the biggest democracy. It's the biggest country. It's the biggest.
Don't buy into the cock and bull. Nigeria is the biggest country. Nigeria is the biggest democracy. It's all lies. It's just to keep our people the way they are. We are not Nigerians. We are the Yoruba people, the Aboriginal owner of the land. But the American consulate is saying, let's give you some of the reason why we are building this biggest embassy in the world. What UK, what Kenya, but in Nigeria, some say it's for a strategic place that is going to come up. I don't know. But already, even US have not said anything about the election, but we know that in October last year, they were actually evacuating everybody out of the Abuja because of Boko Haram and ISIS that is already making their way into Abuja.
Economy, arguably, in Africa. And so there was a strong partnership with Nigeria.
How does this strong partnership work with the Yoruba people? How does this partnership work with the Igbo people, the Hausa people? It will work with people like Tinubu. It will work with people like Fashola and the rest of them. And I guess we have a caller, and I'm just going to get that caller through. About me to background, please. About you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah. Ṣé embassy tọ́tí announced láti a year ago or so láti wá ń sọ́ọ̀sì? Strategy ti America on that basis is for spying on the population of Nigeria. That's the only thing their embassies are used for now. So tọ́ba kan tó tóbi báyẹn is because they want to be spying on not only Nigerians but the entire Sahel region. So nǹkan tó wà fún nìyẹn.
Okay.
They can never allow you get out of the bondage that they put us on. So that's basically what they're trying to do. Even about the Yoruba Nation wa tán, ibi tó wà lọ ń kọ́ yẹn sìn, ṣé ṣá máa dáwó ni àbí ṣá máa ní àmì ní relationship with America. So gbogbo ìrìn àjò táwọn ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn gbé sìn láti secure position tiwọn, interest tiwọn prior nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀. That's why ìtọ́jú sọ pé ká ṣe fún one time. And mo fẹ́ mention ọ̀rọ̀ epo tọ́lọ́ ń rí ní north yẹn, wọ́n ń gbé wa mọ́ra ni o. gbogbo time tán ní kó fún ọ yẹn only pipe tó ń transfer crude láti south àti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn Igbo Port Harcourt only ẹ̀ kó tó máa fi dé north same reason tó ṣe ní wọ́n fẹ́ build naval base sí orí desert ṣé yẹn make sense nítorí ẹ̀ ní until lay pipe so it will take them years to complete it tó ṣe ní kó fún one time kó jẹ́ kó lọ another election and all that so we can't let it happen now. Okay. But my own advice is going forward. I think we are coming to kí àwọn tá à ń pè gómìnà kankan ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀. Ó yẹ kó máa feel ẹ̀ sí pé they are not welcome any longer on the land since the one ti gbọ́ sí àwọn aráàlú lẹ́nu mọ́. And àwọn tó wá ń campaign ní presidential election wọ́n ṣe ń wá sí south yẹn gan-an. I like the fact that ní Abẹ́òkúta ọ̀dà Abẹ́lákè ọlọ́dúnrún fún mọ́tò Àtíkù. I think that's the kind of message Standing Latima send going forward that they are no longer welcome on our land. Okay. It is our birthright to govern ourselves how we see food. So these people are no longer useful to us because they are not serving us any purpose anymore on our land. So Kọ̀ọ̀kan no ma feel láti sin lọ because they are walking around comfortably for now, to be honest. And ti àwọn British gangan ṣe ráwọn evidence láti fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí program bíbáyìí. Èmi ò bá like ká wá àwọn mọ́tò tó máa ń play fídíò lórí screen. Ká wá ká fi àwọn evidence yẹn ká lọ páàkì kan síwájú number 10 ká máa play ẹ̀ back to back. So that àwọn èèyàn tó bá ń kọjá lọ wọ́n máa lẹ́ẹ̀rí wọn tí ìjọba wọn ti ṣe atrocity tó ti commit. Irú interview tí Harold yẹn grant yẹn táwo láìpẹ́ sí. Irú interview yẹn ká máa play ẹ̀ constant kí àwọn citizen Britain gan kọ́ máa mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ gangan tá a ṣe ń pariwo pé àfẹ́ mọ́. So because all this that we are shouting now is blind to majority of the British people. Because Kayatobaniko support they are blinded to what exactly is going on. Irọ́ tó ń pa fáwọn èèyàn bí pé religious atrocity location. And that's what they like. That's what they like to coin it as. So àwọn aláma need láti máa enlighten àwọn èèyàn àti àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n náà pé no only the first election ever and they made us forcefully enslaved to the northerners. And now they are about to repeat what happened in the Second World War by weaponizing the northerners against the southerners. So history is about to repeat itself. So before all that happens, Ejeka table evidence see international criminal courts so that Tobashin committee the evidence are already down. So so when so you are doing a fantastic job, my brother. I really appreciate your effort on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the caller, and that was a very brilliant contribution there, as usual, from my brother Temi. You are watching a live transmission coming all the way from Osun State, Ile-Ife, and I believe you're right in front of the Ojaja II KABIRU, where it is already ongoing. Let's just cross over and listen to what is going on right there. So this is the Yonkan event that is currently taking place in Ile-Ife. After 90 days prayer, as we always say, let us continue. Let us remember that every opportunity to push our message as Yoruba people, we must not relent. We must continue to do so. Our ni Aboriginal of the land, and we must not give up, and we must continue to say, enough is enough. Nigeria is currently at the verge of breakup. It will break up, and there is no doubt in my mind about that. So right there and there, Ile-Ife ni enwo lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, where it is ongoing as I speak to you right now. Let us say kudos. What's
ìgbà wa ṣe wà sílé ìrọ̀lẹ́ kiri á ní.
Let us appreciate those on the ground, traveling from different parts of Yoruba land to make it down there today. After 90 days, appreciate and it's a lot of work for them, but they are not giving up. Yoruba Nation is ongoing. They are right in front of Ojaja II, the Oni of Ife, Ojaja II, Adipelo Ogubanwon, Yonkan.
Èyí tí mo kàn fẹ́ kí ẹ mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ kìíní àná ta wá àwọn kan lè tó jẹ́ ká ṣe é la ṣe ọmọ ilé ìta wá yìí wọ́n ti send letter ṣáájú síbẹ̀ education náà sì fẹ́ dá wa lóhùn èyí tó bá béèrè àwo fún wọn àwo padà láti lè jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé ọmọ ọkọ làwa àti bá.
Mo lè gbé kọ́ yín nísìnyí àlọ́ láìpẹ́ bàbá mo wà lórí láìṣe báyìí mo wà lórí láìpẹ́ bàbá mi.
Once again, koikimedia will bring the work closer to your doorstep. Lẹ́tà tí a kọ sí Pálásì Onírìṣà ní on the 16th oṣù tí a wà yìí tí wọ́n ṣe acknowledge pé a lè wá ó yà wá lẹ́nu pé àwọn security wa náà ni wọ́n gbà wá lálejò lẹ́nu ọ̀nà. Lẹ́tà ni àbíràn yìí the Yoruba Nation Christian Association tí wọ́n sẹ́ni sí His Imperial Majesty Ọba Adéyẹyè Ẹnìtàn Ògúnwùsì Ọ̀jájá II CFR, the Oni of Ife, the traditional ruler of Yoruba Kingdom, Oni of Ife Palace, Ile-Ife, Osun State. Acknowledgement tí wọ́n ṣe, the original copy received by me. So àti gbogbo lẹ́tà yẹn náà lẹ́ ń wò yìí bí wọ́n ṣe send ẹ̀ sí wọn. èyí lè fi hàn wá tán àwọn tó ń sign lẹ́tà tó wá náà lélẹ̀. Then kí ni flyer program tí wọ́n ṣe ní èní olè ń wò yìí. tó acknowledge ẹ̀ wọlé lọ́n the 16 ó náà lẹ̀ ń wò yìí. Wọ́n gbà wọlé ní on the 16 wọ́n yìí fi ọwọ́ sí wípé àwọn gbà wọlé. Ó wá dùn mí pé àárí bọ̀ kò sí wàhálà. Ṣùgbọ́n tó kàn ju èmi ó sọ tọrọ mi jáde tó ju èmi ní pé àárí olóyè kankan láti wá gbà wá lálejò ní àti ẹnu géètì. Àwọn kan sì wà lọ́jọ́ kìíní àná tí wọ́n ṣe ní ọ̀nà míì. Ẹ̀jọ̀ ọ̀nà owó lẹ́wà rò pọ́n tún lè gbé gbà tí gbogbo yín á sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ kàn máa blame without testing. Testing yẹn náà lẹ ti rí yìí àtọ̀nà wọ́rọ́wọ́ àti by force méjèèjì náà lẹ ti rí yìí. By force arólóyè tó wá pàdé àwọn èèyàn by ní peaceful one ní wọ́rọ́wọ́ security ló attend sí wa lẹ́nu gate. Èyí tí a rí ònìyẹn fún àwọn òní dúró a ní láti gbàdúrà fún onírìṣà kí a gbàdúrà fún ilé Ifẹ̀ ká sì gbàdúrà fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní iwájú ta onírìṣà ó ní à ń ṣe.
Once again, we appreciate everyone that have joined, and this is a live connection to Ile-Ife, the land of Yonkan.
Pẹ̀lú àsíá orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ni à ń wò ní.
Yoruba land must be free. We, the indigenous people, must be free, and we must continue to take the message to every part of Yoruba land. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní Ilé-Ifẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Adúpẹ́ fún Bishop Adesina, adúpẹ́ fún the president of Yonkan and everyone pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ wa ẹ̀rùn tọ́mọ yẹn ń kiri. Ṣé báwọn ọmọ tí náà ṣe máa ń kiri lábúrọ̀dù nìyẹn in 2023. Gbogbo tọ́mọ yẹn ń kiri bẹ́ẹ̀ nísìn kò lè tó 500 naira ohun tó wà lórí ọmọ rẹ̀.
Àdúrà ni wọ́n ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ ní iwájú pálásì onírìṣà ní ìlú Ilé-Ifẹ̀.
Once again, we appreciate the Yonkan for the great job that they are doing, and we are grateful.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí bánà ẹ lọ sókè àwọn tó wà lẹ́yìn kan wá sí ẹ̀gbẹ̀gbẹ́. Ọmọ kékeré wá síwájú.
90 days ni wọ́n ti fi ń gbàdúrà yẹn lọ láti October. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìgbìyànjú tó ní kálukú ń ṣe lórí ìrìnàjò Yorùbá Nation.
Oh, wow. ṣe gẹ̀yìn tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa lọ láti àtàárọ̀. Àwọn ọmọ ọdún náà nínú wọn dùn yẹn Yorùbá Nation níbi tó lọ. Àwọn ọ̀ṣun olóṣèlú àwọn òsì ní back down olóṣèlú máa ṣe tiẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation á sì máa ṣe.
Once again, this is koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Ile-Ife, the 20th of January 2022. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. Once again, live transmission. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorsteps.
Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa lásìwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ́ sípò ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀.
Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep. 20th of January 2022, right from Ile-Ife. No.
Ní ìwọ̀nba kékeré yìí tí a ṣe ń bì lénìí, ó create awareness gbogbo àwọn tó wà láyìíká yìí. Ká tiẹ̀ wá kúrò níbí àwọn èèyàn inú wọn mọ̀ dùn pé Yorùbá Nation ò kú. Kì í ṣe pé ká wá jókòó sílé wa, kì í ṣe ká jókòó sí abẹ́ comfortable place wa. Kí a wá máa sọ pé yes nǹkan báyìí ló kàn ẹ lọ ṣe báyìí reclaim ọ̀ni a máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan but kókó is àwọn èèyàn ló gbójú dán jáde yìí níta ti ṣe láti ṣe yìí òní wọn á ya ilẹ̀ ọ̀nà ti ya ilẹ̀ náà sí mímọ́ ní orúkọ sí bàbá àtijọ́ máa ti tẹ̀lé mímọ́ so gbogbo nǹkan ló ń lọ ní ètò létò so ó lẹ̀ ń wò yìí. Mọ́tò so ó lẹ̀ ń wò yẹn ìtawà sáà ń sọ gbogbo nǹkan ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ fúnra wọn tí rally bá ń lọ kí documentation máa lọ rally dúró ilẹ̀ rò pé àwọn èèyàn rò pé bíá Yorùbá Nation ti kú torí election torí ìbò ẹ̀yin èèyàn burúkú náà lẹ sì bà rally jẹ́ àsìkò táwọn èèyàn ń jáde fún rally bí ẹ káwa náà máa jáde fún wa rally àlàáfíà tí à ń ṣe yìí.
Well, that is how far. Let's come back as we are almost winding down from here as well. It's been a very great day today, as we say all the time. Aki gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n wà ní ibi tí wọ́n wà fún rally tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. I mean, the Yonkan prayer section that has been going on. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ jẹ́ ká má mikàn. Ẹ má yẹ ká bẹ̀rù. Awala nílẹ̀ wa kò síbi tó fẹ́ tì wá lọ ilẹ̀ yẹn kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó máa gbà lọ́wọ́ wa it belongs to us and nobody will take it away from us. So as we are almost winding down in under half an hour before the end of today's program. We would like to appreciate, I believe I missed a call. I guess maybe I still have about less than half an hour because I don't want the program to go more than 3 hours. So as in half an hour, if we want to call in, please let's do that quickly. Hello, caller.
Hello. Mr. White Lies.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ní ẹ̀sà. Ètò ní ẹ̀. Àmín. Àmín. Ìyá confam ni ẹ ti di dandan. Wọ́n fẹ́ kọ́kọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà.
Ọba yìí fẹ́ yóò níjẹ́ kọ́ wọlé.
Okay. Ẹ máa ká sọ yẹn.
Gbogbo àwọn tó bá yìí wá sọ pé bóyá bí wọ́n mú ọba kan, wọ́n mú kìnìkan, wọ́n sì ní gbogbo wọn sọ. Bùsì náà sọ. Bùsì ní ìgbọ̀ tó bá yá sí, wọ́n ti sọ fún wa. Àwọn tó lè pé wọ́n àwọn tó lè pé bóyá bí ọlọ́run náà sọ fún òfin obìnrin hàn fún wọn. Àlọ́bà mi yìí máa sáré, ó máa gbàgbé adé orí ẹ̀. Ilé Yorùbá yẹn, ó máa gbígbà nọ́mbà 1. Àwọn olóṣèlú ẹ̀ náà káàkó ká tó yọrí àwọn ọgbọ́n àti wọn padà wọn máa yí sí fáwọn Yorùbá láti wá lọ pé àṣepé wọn wọn máa para wọn olórí burúkú yẹn tó ń kó wa sínú ọ̀pọ̀ ẹrú. Kí ni àwọn obìnrin lọ fún àwọn kí ni ewèrè ẹ bá sọ lọ́sì ó súnlẹ̀ ìjọba ẹni tó fẹ́ gbé sí Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà wọ́ọ̀gù. Ẹ̀wọ̀n lọ́kọ̀ tó wọ́n súnlẹ̀ tí wọ́n wá ọgbọ́n láti ẹ̀kọ́ bí wọ́n lọ́kọ́ bóyá bí wọ́n fún wọn security tó máa kó wọ́n láti USA láti US láti máa protect wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ láti máa yẹ kí ni kọ́ ẹ̀fọ́ àwọn obìnrin sójà àti tiwa àbí ọlọ́pàá tiwa láti fún wọn support òun ni òṣì tó ń ṣe yẹn.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ti bínú tán lẹ́nu ẹ má bínú mọ̀ pé.
Wọ́n láì jẹ́ ti ẹ gbé bóyá ìwà yẹn ló dẹ̀ kí ìwà náà kó máa lọ.
Rábì máa wọ́n ó sún kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ padà ní ọ̀dà ó kù díẹ̀ náà ó kù díẹ̀ ní ẹ má ẹ̀ka.
Àyíká tí máa politician wa ká máa ṣe wọn káà náà máa ṣe wọn bá tó bá fún níbi tá à ń lọ o láti máa ṣe báyìí kan wọ́n máa gbé wọ́n máa ẹ̀lẹ́tọ̀ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ wọ́n máa ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀lẹ́sọ̀ ẹ̀ tó dùn bísíkò ẹ̀kọ́ òdùn.
Okay, ẹ ṣe gan ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo rí pé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ bínú tán and it's calling also from Europe ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ gbọ́ sound tó ń bọ̀ láti Ilé Ifẹ̀.
Ó sì yí Ọlọ́run ní sọ̀jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ Ọlọ́run ó ṣí ní ọ̀nà ara ẹ máa wọ ohun tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀.
Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí we are grateful to the KOKORO team that traveled with them down all the way. I think we've touched on almost everything I want to talk about. So as you can see there, escalation, violence, insecurity. Just to summarize, the end of the program, we started with talking about from 1999. Ìdí tí a lot of Yoruba people felt comfortable pẹ̀lú election. It's not because of anything. Torí pé a ti wà nínú ìjọba military for a very long time. So gbogbo àwa Yorùbá àwa rí pé election yẹn ó better ní 1999 ni mò ń sọ so a dẹ̀ sọ pé nígbà yẹn bàbá wa Olúfàlàyé àti Ọbásanjọ́ lọ́jọ́ fi ìgasíga kó tó di pé Ọbásanjọ́ wọlé and the PDP run the government for a very long time, I think about 16 years. In between that, we saw everything that had happened and eventually it has not changed anything up to today. But moving forward, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wá rí pé the politics yìí owó ń bẹ níbẹ̀ abájọ olúkàlùkù bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí get involved in the politics and today the world is now telling us that election tó ń bọ̀ Nàìjíríà yìí kò likely pé ó máa lọ bó ṣe jẹ́ kó lọ nítorí pé ẹ̀rù ń ba àwọn náà but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń sọ pé ó sì máa wáyé kò ní wáyé ó máa wáyé kò ní wáyé but whatever it is I can tell you that the world is concerned and we have the next caller àbúrò mi dáadáa ní ó yá gbóhùn sókè gbọ́ láti ìtú ọ̀nà tí bá wa sọ.
Yes sir, gẹ́gẹ́ bí bóyá sọ fún mi pé ìgbẹ́ máa dárúkọ mi wà lọ́wọ́ yìí ṣùgbọ́n sà mo rí kọ̀ọ̀kan tà orí burúkú Nàìjíríà o ṣe náà tó bá dẹ̀ support Nàìjíríà tó ṣe àwọn tó ń support wọn Nàìjíríà ẹ lọ check brain wọn kọ́kọ́ ṣe wọn tí a bá gba ìbánisọ̀tọ̀ ó jẹ́ kí ọ̀n notice wrong people yẹn down ó jẹ́ kí ọmọ notice bẹ́yìn kan support wọn Nàìjíríà náà.
mélòó la fẹ́ gbogbo máa padà bí Yorùbá Nation náà ní kí la fẹ́ náà tí wọ́n dà fún ẹ máa ká máa bá ti wá lọ.
ìgbà tí mo dé ní òlu yìí ṣe bí pé inú ìlọrin òlu ìlú fẹ́ súnmọ́ Nàìjíríà.
Kábíyèsí lódìmọ̀rẹ́.
The worst thing ni wípé tẹ bá rí ọ̀nà wọn sà, mo wá sọ fún èèyàn tí mo wá bá wọ́n ní àgbẹ̀ ò tí ì rí ọ̀nà tí gálọ́pù wà lọ́jọ́ yìí. Ó ní ṣé Nàìjíríà ló bọ̀ wá ni. Ọmọ ìlú tí mo pàdé, ó ní corruption tó wà nínú ìlú àwọn, ó ní Nàìjíríà ló fà. I'm telling you sir, ẹ ó jẹ́ pé kọ́mọ̀ wípé lóòótọ́ iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe iṣẹ́ agbábọ́ọ̀lù. Ṣùgbọ́n mo máa ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ wáyọ̀ lẹ́nu. Ìgbà tí mo dé fíìlù tí mi pẹ̀lú ọmọ olóyè ìtajà sọ̀rọ̀, ó ní corruption tó wà ní ìlú àwọn, ó ní Nàìjíríà kò mẹ́lọ́ fà. Mo ní àwọn, ó ní àwọn ti pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Ó ní ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo àdúrà ìbí Nàìjíríà gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ tó fún gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì àwọn, wọ́n níbi kọ́kọ́ owó jẹ, wọ́n ní kọ́kọ́ bí kọ́kọ́ ayé àwọn jẹ, ó ní torí ẹ̀, ó ní don't let me lie to you my friend, you don't like you Nigerians. Ó ní wá, ó ní we don't like you. Ó ní because ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń bá ayé àwọn jẹ. Inú òkè ń lọ, íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì wà òkè, ọ̀nà ọ̀gá wà òkè.
Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá Ọmọbọ́lájí Abdullahi, you're welcome. That's what we do, we educate people.
Ìbá dé tó bá ti ní ọ̀la, sà, wọ́n lọ sí rí àpọ̀. Máa ṣe fídíò kan pẹ̀ tí bá dé ọ̀la, máa lọ ní ọjọ́ Monday tí bá lọ sí training, máa ṣe kọ́ọ̀bì àdúgbò tí mo wà. Local area níbẹ̀ yẹn lọ, máa ṣe kọ́ọ̀bì jẹ́ máa sẹ̀lẹ̀ fún. Tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé ìlú yẹn, ìlú tẹ́ pé tí o bá sọ wípé kéèyàn sọ ọjọ́ kan bẹ̀ kéèyàn máa ronú nípa ìgbà tí mo lọ sílé. Ẹ̀kọ́ àkọ́ mo lọ sí Nàìjíríà recently. Ẹ̀yin náà pẹ̀lú ọdún sẹ́ndì rí jáde sí mi tí mo ṣe submission owó tí mo fún ọ́nà àgbọ̀ calculate which almost 7,000 naira within 2 weeks. Bá ṣe ti tó báyìí ọ̀gbìn kò lọ ni.
Ẹ ṣé Mr. Emmanuel Ayọ̀mídé.
Ìlú nìyẹn sá ọlọ́run aṣàánú wa ṣùgbọ́n kọ́nà bá wa pé òun ní kíákíá. Lọ́kọ̀ ọlọ́run ti ṣàánú ààrẹ bí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní kájẹ́ kó rí wá pé ká tó ti tọ́bi
mọ́lẹ̀ àjáde kúrò. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa, thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Àbúrò mi àtàtà ni ó dà mo ní màá pè lánàá, ó ti gbọ́ wọ́n ti gba kámú. Ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn náà ni ó busy gan ni ó yẹ kí n pè lánàá for whatever reason àbẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti pè so ẹ má bínú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín tẹ máa ní Kóìkì a send message sí ò kì í reply ẹ má fi ṣe ìbínú iṣẹ́ ló pọ̀ ni ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo bí kọ́mẹ́ǹtì wà láti àwọn tó wà lórí Mixlr. Nigeria is breakdown already. This is the last push and we must push harder now. Wá mo like ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá wa sọ aláwù bàbá wọ́n ní Nigeria is breakdown ó ti breakdown already but tá a bá push ẹ̀ á dà ní sí gbogbo wàhálà yẹn kó má dà sí asán. Wọ́n tún ní we must be disobedient to our leader to achieve our plan. I can see they are afraid of the crowd. Bàbá yìí ní ọ̀rọ̀ gidi tó jáde wọ́n ní àwọn politician ò like the crowd. Rodmark dẹ̀ sọ pé freedom without action. Èmi ò mọ bí yẹn ṣe fẹ́ ráyé. Good evening to you as well. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Mixlr. It's good to read your comments and I'm happy that we've been able to manage to sort that out as we speak. Yoruba people, Biafra people, Arewa people, Drizzy Fresh 123, thank you so much. The chains and the yoke of bondage broken. We must not give up and we must not be tired. The politicians know. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n padà wá sí full screen as I'm winding down because I always love to have my full screen because sometimes I look small in the smaller screen. It's just because when we're showing the background. If you're wondering what kind of software I use, and if you have not registered for Twitter, this is the software Timon Low. It's called the OBS. It's free. You just download it and then it's easy to use. You don't pay for anything, but because I changed my background, so and Motiyo watermark office exploit here on moving background me, so that's why I can change the background anyhow. But OBS is actually free as long as you have a very good system that you are using. You can. We still need more media people to come out and talk about Yoruba Nation. We need more intellectuals. Go on koikimedia.com. You will find some of the jobs of documents that you might read through. Yoruba Nation chooses the noble path. This is a document that was put together by Professor Adebanji Akintoye and the team when we wanted to, people say, one the template, one kinikan, but there's a 35-page document. And this is a 35-page document. Over on the website, it gives every reason why we have to go and some of what we have to do. But some of the things that we have to do we have to keep it as a secret between ourselves. Oh yeah, Mr. Koiki, I have to go on a short break because call to Ngoyi, very, very important call, and I have to take it.
Ìgbà ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. Kò ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. Kò ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba amúnisìn o. Àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò ti tó ọmọ Odùduwà. Kò sẹ́lẹ̀sìmẹ̀sìn mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. Àfẹ́lẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò ti tó láti gbára wa lọ.
So Bishen Solo, as we are just less than 20 minutes. Modu ejantu abu like orin yẹn gbọ́ sí díẹ̀ sí mú padà lọ.
Ìgbà ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. Àsìkò ọ̀tun ti dé ọmọ Odùduwà. Kò ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. Kò ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́.
Once again mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe rò pé Nàìjíríà máa dá tó bá rí visa any country japa economy Nàìjíríà ó máa worst ju èyí tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí lọ. So if you go on koikimedia, you will find all the documents that can also, you can go through, you can read them, and it would also help you as people as well. Okay, ó dáa ká gba call obìnrin ká tó máa lọ. Ìyàwó kan ti pè mí láti UAE. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ látọ̀dọ̀ and she's gonna be my last caller and then we can start winding down. Ẹgbọ́n sókè ìyàwó ẹ bá wa dá sọ̀rọ̀ tí a fi ń bá bọ̀ láti bí wákàtí mẹ́ta nísìnyí. Àdẹ̀fẹ́ kó ju wákàtí mẹ́ta yẹn lọ. Ẹgbọ́n sókè.
Mr. Koiki ẹ̀kọ́ àtàárọ̀.
Èmi yẹn nù.
Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá sí wọ́n á jà fún Ọlọ́run ajẹ́ gbogbo sí.
Àmín.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ó ní ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí ó dàbí ní pé ó ń gbé mi nínú.
Okay.
Because mo rí àwọn fídíò tí wọ́n sọ pé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bàbá Adéníran ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni wọ́n wà ní àbí Kútọ̀nù?
Kútọ̀nù ló wà.
Then ṣé Fúlàní terrorists náà wọ́n penetrate lọ sí ibẹ̀ because I don't get.
It's a lot of distraction. I won't even want us to go into that. It's just a distraction. It's another distraction. It's another distraction. There's no point. Kamatugbe in Wasili is a distraction. They're doing a lot of things to distract us at the moment, so we don't have to even go with that at all. I never talked. I will have talked about it. It's just a distraction. It's a waste of time.
I just want people who go back to àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe yẹn nǹkan tí ó lè tún implicate èèyàn ni. How can you just come on air and say terrorism wọ́n lọ àtàkì èèyàn nílùú onílùú tí ò ń ṣe ìlú Nàìjíríà? Ṣé àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn pé ìrògbọ́n ronú wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé láwùjọ ọmọ àwọn èèyàn brain àwọn èèyàn ti tẹ́ dáadáa o kò ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa. Ọmọ yẹn kò fi mí nínú ni ọmọ. So àwa Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká máa kó òkúta sí Dubai. Ṣé ṣáà rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lábẹ́òkúta ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa lé àwọn politician yẹn lọ. So ó dàbí pé nǹkan tá a máa ṣe fún wọn this time around.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá mi, thank you so much. Mo wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn obìnrin tó wà nínú movement online. They are hardworking. Mo kí àwa Janet Fashaki, mo kí àwa Ṣọlá kò gbọdọ̀ kú comrade, mo kí ìyàwó màmá mi dáadáa Alhaja Airat wallahi ìyá yẹn ìyá dáadáa ni, mo kí ìyàwó chief ìyàwó chief Gbangbala àwọn ìyá lálùbáríkà, mo kí gbogbo àwọn, mo kí Muslim Association of Nigeria, àwọn kan support Yoruba Nation, àwọn kan ní ìkọ̀kan wọn ọ̀dákẹ́ because wọ́n fẹ́ ìyàwó chief Fọlá Gbangbala, mo kí dáadáa, mo kí gbogbo èèyàn alájà èèyàn alájì, ṣe rí gbogbo àwọn association tó link mọ́ Nàìjíríà tẹ́lẹ̀ àbára wa jà, ṣe rí àwọn ọmọ tí a bí sí UK I'm sure pé àwọn ọmọ yìí ti ń fèsì a lot of issues díẹ̀ ní ìyẹn rí yẹn à ń pariwo pé ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà yẹn ò gbádùn kájọ fọwọ́ kun ká support mo kí chief máa mu ilẹ̀ ti Nigerian Association tó wà níbí báyìí o because èèyàn dáadáa tí mo mọ̀ dáadáa ni wọ́n but à ń sọ fún gbogbo àwọn association yẹn àti Christian Association of Nigeria tẹ́ wà ní UK ẹ̀ ń pretend bí bàtẹ́ pé ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó ń lọ but everybody ló mọ̀ pé danger wà ní Nigeria but we are try láti fẹ́ yọra wa kúrò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba Nation máa ẹ̀kọ́ ká ẹ mọ̀ pé ìwọ náà ń follow Yoruba Nation o Muslim ni mí o Christian Association of Nigeria ni mí o má jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbọ́ pé ìwọ náà ń tẹ̀lé wọn it's going to go bad for every one of us. lótìtọ́ ohun àwọn kan tó jẹ́ pé ilé lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lọ kú sí but eventually they die there and they bury them. But in the long run territory yẹn tó jẹ́ tiwa yẹn tí a bá gbà nísìn ó máa kúrò lọ́wọ́ wa. Mo understand Kanuk Central Association of Nigerians UK mo mọ president wọn àbí chairman wọn rather ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa ni àdèpàdé ní Lagos State Union Party gbogbo yín tẹ̀ fi dá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn I mean he's a public figure so I can mention his name every time ló máa ń kọ tẹ́ bullet point tẹ́mi ti mọ̀ wọ́n ní CEO for more than only God knows. He write about African Confidential. Thank you so much, for joining us. You're probably coming late. I just cited you, or maybe you've been there. I didn't realize you were there. And kudos to the work you're doing on the Twitter. Hello, ni Twitter kato malo. I only have 12 minutes. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Twitter. So ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mo fẹ́ rántí orúkọ wọn Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́. He's a Yoruba man, and a lot of them have lived in this country. Èmi bá wọn nílùú yìí ni. Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Instagram. Ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn máa ń kọ 10 bullet point tó ń ju 10 lọ advising that shito country what they need to do to make Nigeria better. He has been writing that now tẹ́mi mọ̀ o tí mo gbọ́njú mọ̀ for at least kí n má exaggerate púpọ̀ for the last 10 years. Ẹ lọ sórí thank you so much Graham Ayọ̀ Akínfẹ́ very very brilliant man. But government ò like irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kọ́ máa fún wọn ní advice pé ẹ ṣe nǹkan báyìí ẹ má ṣe nǹkan báyìí no government ṣe rí Nigerian government mọ̀ pé we have a lot of brilliant Yoruba people in this country that are working with the UK government making this country to run in every sector even the Igbo I'm not too sure about the Hausas maybe few of them but everybody is trying to deceive each other. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ member Kanuk tẹ́ ń wò mí a lot of them watch me they don't comment because wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá comment bí ẹ̀ máa lọ dárúkọ wọn Cherry we understand some of you still want to go to Nigeria you want to go and eat the suya the buka food enjoy it for 2 weeks and come back and then you get miserable you get angry ilé tí ń tutù ní sinmi láti sáré lọ tàn yíta ilé tí tutù betrayers everywhere. One thing is we are all going to face the consequence of what is happening in Nigeria. That consequence means that your 20 pounds you send home to your loved one, you will not buy anything. So you will have, Cherry 20 pounds, then send someone here. I'm allowed to double it within the next 6 months because Nigeria, should we allow it to continue, we will all suffer. So, and it's about for the 100 pounds, the 100 pounds is not going to work anymore. So you will have to add another 100 pounds to make it 200 pounds. And that means you will have to do a lot of extra hours to make up that money. So when we talk about the freedom of our people, it's because it is worth fighting for it now. Let us leave Nigeria alone. At least for now, it is not working for any one of us. And it can never work. Don't be deceived by anybody telling you Nigeria is going to work. Check out phone last person in the call or your late. I think I have 10 minutes. Check it out, sorry, Tony. Okay, all right. I say Thank you so much. Because you don't know, sometimes people just want to sell it. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. If I didn't mention your name for whatever reason, don't get upset. Sometimes it's just that we pick names. Ìyọ̀kan pè mí lánàá, Koiki, ó yà kó máa ń ṣọ́ nọ́mbà gbé ní ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ̀gbẹ́ má sọ yẹn. Báwo ti máa ṣọ́ nọ́mbà gbé? Moreover, when you called me, fóònù yẹn wà nínú kitchen, mi wà ní pálọ̀, mo dẹ̀ sáré lọ mú. So, but sometimes people think maybe, we select calls. We don't select calls. I don't select calls. I don't know whether other platform does that. I don't select calls. And the studio number, and don't pay no, it's a studio number, and Timo Modada, no, but studio number. Chebe, every that's in the community Latino, I think wind down. Oh, yeah. Ed, my studio number, collect me, see, but let's see, it goes okay. It go right.
Okay. I don't get call studio number.
I do that, yeah.
So, nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ báwọn èèyàn wa sọ ní ibi à ń sọ bí eré ń ṣe ló dàbí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n rò pé àwọn ọkọ̀ tá à ń ṣe. Èmi ti máa ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà wípé àníṣe kò sí bá ṣe lè fúrùn a máa jà ní. Mo ń sọ fún yín kò sí bá ṣe lè fúrùn sẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ò ní ká sílẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ máa ká sílẹ̀ òun lọ́lọ́run fẹ́ fi kékeré tó fẹ́ fi gbà wá lọ́wọ́ àwọn pípọ̀ yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà ń dúró pẹ́ nìkan máa gba ilẹ̀ kan fún wa pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú kíníkan. Àwọn èèyàn yìí fẹ́ pa yín, ọ̀fẹ́ run yín, ọ̀fẹ́ jẹ yín. Ẹ̀yin wá lọ mú pen and paper ẹlẹ́ẹ̀fín nǹkan. A ní kẹ́ dìde ṣé ìyàwó jẹ yín rè? Ìyà ń jẹ yín wọ́n tún ń pa yín. Kí ló dé tẹ̀ fi dìde? Èèyàn fi bí pa yín, ó tún wá ń pa yín. Wọ́n tún ń jí gbígbé, wọ́n wá ní kẹ́ ló máa pè àwọn èèyàn kan máa dáwó. Ṣé bá tún wá gbẹ nínú ọ̀dẹ̀? Ọlọ́run ṣé o, Ọlọ́run mà ṣé o, tó jẹ́ ká rí gbà o, Olúwa o ṣé o. Ẹ forget Ọlọ́run kan ló jẹ́ kẹ́ rí gbà, owó yín ló jẹ́ kẹ́ rí gbà. Ìyẹn má lo orí ọ̀dẹ̀ padà nù. Ẹ má lo orí àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ padà nù. Ó tó kan gbogbo wa òun láti ní kẹ́ ẹ dìde. Kẹ́ ẹ dìde. Ẹ ń sùn ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ ń sùn. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kálá ibi wọn bí ṣẹ́ mọ́ yín lára. Ẹ má dìde. Kẹ́sì máa tẹ̀lé olóṣèlú kiri. Ẹ máa tẹ̀lé wọn ká máa tàlọ̀ tó máa fún yín. Bóyá ẹ lọ máa fi bọ́ ọmọ àti ìyàwó. Àbúrò tó dín níyàwó tó jẹ́ student bóyá ẹ wà á fi jẹun for 4 years. Wọ́n tún wá bá yín rìn ní ìwọ̀n ẹ̀. Wọ́n á dọ́gbù 5,000 ẹ̀ sí 10,000 after 4 years. Wọ́n fi jẹ̀yà ẹ lójú pálí. Ìyà òṣì ẹ wá fún wa jẹ yẹn. Àwọn táwa lábúrò lè máa pè ká fún yín lówó ká fún yín. Ṣé ìpáwọ̀ náà ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni? Ṣé ìpá kì í ṣiṣẹ́? Ẹ wò ayé yóò wù mí o. Ẹ kó sí dàbí ẹ bá lè dìde kẹ bára yín sòótọ́.
Ẹ ṣé gan-an ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, thank you so much. I love you so much all the way in Ireland there. Ẹ má bínú nílé ìgbà kọ́ mọ̀ because it seems nígbà tí fi máa parí program mi kọ́ yẹn máa fẹ́ rush wọlé. We had all the time to have. We are winding down the program. Okay, I'm getting a breaking news coming. London school bus with children burst into flame. This is a breaking news coming straight as we speak right now. So let me, London school bus get London school bus burst into flame. Let's see that news, I believe. Oh wow. A local council say all children on board were safely evacuated after the bus caught fire on a residential street. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run pé let me show us that. Thank you so much to the backend team. Mo wà lórí program ẹ jẹ́ kí n pè ní tí bá ṣe tán. Àbáta ẹ jẹ́ kí n pè ní tí bá ṣe tán. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ tí àbá ẹ tí kì happy new year. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ show wa ní I mean things happen here as well. People die here. People get sick. But it's just that there's always a difference. So that is the footage coming there. Thank you so much to the KOKORO backend team that are working tirelessly. And this is the fire. And I guess the fire brigade got there on time. All those Acme, the Lodi Shele, Acme. Firefighter tackled the blaze and replacement bus was found. So no cause for alarm. Thank you so much to the KOKORO backend team. As you can see there, things happen here as well. I keep telling you, this was in UK. A 30-seat school bus with children inside burst into flames in the middle of the road in Hackney, London. The footage of the incident on the social media shows the bus engulfed in flames with smoke coming out. So thank you so much, KOKORO team, for quickly bringing my attention to that. As you can see, the fire has been stopped. So I do follow pay Ojibelo, and right there and there is a headline in the news. So that is how far I can go. I was thinking we should have oh, thank you so much, Eshe, for the super chat. African Confidential, should we have a Twitter space tomorrow? And that means that only Twitter and Soro. I'm not going to do live, or maybe we do live. But just to encourage people to go on Twitter, only Twitter and Soro. I'm just setting it up now. So time, Monica Low. What time do you think is convenient for us before we all wrap up the program tonight? Again, thank you so much to KOKORO back into Moscow. Should we have what time tomorrow should we do it? Sheikh, I saw the Awarole, UK time 6 p.m, Yoruba time 7 p.m. But only Twitter, and it was live by you. So go and talk about program in this thing. Only Twitter and the Latima Soro. So a lot in the Twitter account, and then I follow KOKORO. So that way we can start engaging. I will share the link out. So Sheikha schedule for 6 o'clock. I'm just setting it up now. You can see my phone. Yeah, the country that look at your eyes and decide Nigeria is bitter. After YGY Sorosoke hour. The only YGY mansion program. I don't know, So 6 o'clock is okay. Let's do live. People will join because some of the people only on Twitter. So I will put it at 6 o'clock. Trying to use Twitter might be confusing the mind, but you can just stream a live broadcast of the tweet. Okay, so Emi Onijade, my streaming. Okay, we can do that as well. So I'm now scheduling that, and I've already put that now on my. So I'm going to share the link now into the conversation now. Let me tweet it out. So you set up a reminder. Okay, now I'll be done by then. So I've set up a reminder. Set up a reminder. So 6 o'clock tomorrow is my first time as well. I've listened to people on Twitter space, but I've never done one myself. But I will stream it like somebody say, but I will not be coming up like this. We said we can do it anyway. So Motisete up. Let me share the link. So let's share the link out. So tomorrow, you can all join us. Let me share to the KOKORO team, and they can also push the message out as well. It will be an interesting time. Interesting one. So let me say, KOKORO first Twitter space. I've never done it before, so I'll just have to be like, I'm a talker anyway, but sometimes you do something for the first time. KOKORO first Twitter space. Join me tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be 21st of January 2023. 6 p.m. UK, then 7 p.m. Yoruba time. So set a reminder. I'm sure Entobawa will retweet a message, but I'm also going to put it now on the live stream that is going on now. We're just almost a minute away. Become a regular program here. So tomorrow, no Koiki, not Twitter, so just a regular live broadcast like you are doing now, because you're only going to go live on Twitter, not on YouTube, IG, or Facebook. Okay, so we will not go live on Facebook, so just Twitter. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, we can do that. So anyway, already Facebook roller, it will just be Twitter alone. So we are not coming out tomorrow on the YouTube, Facebook, but you will be able to watch. I downloaded I'm sure we should be able to. We can download it and then bring it later. But tomorrow, 6 p.m. local time in London, 7 p.m. Nigerian time or Yoruba time, if that is the way you want to put it. So I've also put it out there. I will send a reminder out again, and I'm actually doing that now at Igbesita. So it's going to be interesting. set a reminder and come on my first Twitter space tomorrow, 21st of January 2023. Let us come and talk about Yoruba Nation tomorrow. So, Tebawa lórí Facebook wa nísìn ẹ ti pé mo ti join it. Yes, so àmàmà lò yẹn frequently. Just so tá bá ti fẹ́ ṣe Twitter space, àní lọ lórí Facebook, àní lọ lórí Instagram, àní lọ lórí kíní, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wá join lórí Twitter ni, so that we can start using the Twitter to pass our message on, as well, and we can let, and then we'll have people that will speak there. Ó máa ń fáwọn èèyàn opportunity ẹni tó bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, èyí náà máa lè sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ máa wá sórí floor. Ó ní bá ṣe máa ń ṣe. Anyway, I'm sure Africa Confidential will guide us tomorrow and the koikimedia backend team. Gbogbo àwọn tó lọ sí Ilé-Ifẹ̀, Ọlọ́run bá mi ṣán yín dé ilé padà lágbára Elédùmarè. Àwa la ní sí àgbẹ̀yìn, ó ń ṣọmọ lókùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, bọ́fẹ́ bọ́kọ̀ òmìnira Yorùbá máa wáyé, there is no doubt in my mind. Yes, 6 p.m. local time. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n share link yẹn sórí YouTube as it's going on now. Màá dẹ̀ fi sórí timeline mi so that gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí, so let me against Birmingham school accused sending. Let's open that quickly before we go. Birmingham school accused of racist air policy after a girl banned from canteen and playground. Okay, to lead the sea. Okay, to lead the sea. Our conversation racism here. Okay, àwọn ọmọ wa máa face a lot of racism. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ wo. Ẹ má bínú ọmọ. I think I have. Let's go straight to a short intro. Remember.
Ìgbà ọ̀tun ti dé. Àsìkò ọ̀tun ti dé. Kò ṣẹlẹ̀ àmẹ́yàmẹ́. Kò ṣẹlẹ̀ àmẹ́yàmẹ́.
So ìdí tí wọ́n ṣe ti conversation tá à ń gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn, ẹ má bínú mi kọ̀tọ́ sáré. Thank you so much to my mom. I have a lot of back end tea. My mom is one of them as well. So just to show you, problem táwọn ọmọ wa máa face nílùú yìí, and Birmingham is meant to be more of a black people, but unfortunately these things happen here. So no. So you can see there, Birmingham school accused of racist air policy after girl banned from canteen and playground. Miss Samuel claims her daughter Ree had to sit at a table away from other students who were not within the uniform policy. Kí ló rán pẹ̀lú yìí? I don't know. A mother has accused her daughter's school in Birmingham of having a racist air policy after she was banned from the canteen and playground. Jade Samuel claims her daughter was barred from the areas at Bishop Chalon Catholic College due to her braided hairstyle, which feature a heart shape. They were like a heart shape here. More live program. Yeah. So, and these are some of the reasons why we're telling our people. Kìnìún ló ti tàwọn ọmọ tó ní bọ́ọ̀sì jóná yẹn acne nìyẹn, but eléyìí nísìn Birmingham kẹrẹ, I mean dúdú pọ̀ níbẹ̀, so I don't know what went wrong or what happened, but again this is a problem in 2023. So that is how far we can go. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹni ẹ fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó pín, òun náà ti ń sọ fáwọn ọmọ wa pé irun tẹ́ ń ṣe sórí gan for where kò lè possible. So I've shared, mo ti share link yẹn sórí YouTube ká tó máa lọ gbàgbé. Let me quickly do so before I go. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa. Mo kí everyone that is doing their own little bit. I want to be a love sign tó fi sí yẹn bí àyẹn ni wọ́n like. So mo ti pin it. So let's join ourselves tomorrow. So 6 p.m. We will not be live, like I said, like this. We will just be on Twitter, but we will stream it. This is how it goes anyway. Have a very good afternoon. Thank you so much on those of you on Instagram and all the platforms as well. My name is OLAMILEKAN, and in Dubai, love me ètò ti èní. Tó bá dọ̀la, lágbára Elédùmarè, kẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. And if there's any reason for us to come out with a breaking news or anything, the rest assured that KOIKIMEDIA team across the globe will notify and we will come out and tell you. For those that are asking what is the way forward, the mega rally or the super rally is still ongoing. It will pop up again. There's a lot of underground work going on, and when it interbabo, before they know, the Yoruba are saying enough is enough. Have a very blessed day, and let's remember that we continue to pray for our land. God bless Yoruba land, and those that have taken our parking lot, we're going to take it back. Yoruba Nation is our future. May God protect our land, and may God bless Yoruba Nation. Have a very good afternoon, and bye for now. Orílẹ̀-èdè àgbéga ìgbàgbọ́ àti bẹ́rù ìpẹ̀jẹ́ ọ̀nà òòrùn ọ̀sì ipò ìrọ̀mù ìgbọ́nlẹ̀ ìgbàdúláwọ̀. And have a very good afternoon. Bye for now.
Wọ́n lọ Nàìjíríà lọ ẹ̀rí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbà. Nàìjíríà tó fẹ́ ní education, tó fẹ́ ní health, infrastructure wọ́n. Òun kan náà fèlì, ẹ wá náà fèlì ní bọ́ọ̀dù ẹ̀ ń sunkún, ìran rẹ nígbà yìí. Gbogbo kọ́ọ̀pù tí ẹ gbà ní wọlé tí mo rí. Àfáàwé náà wá sí òun lórí wọn na ọmọ wa ládàáni lórí ìlọ̀kú ọmọ títà nù wọn. Kọ́lá tí Nàìjíríà bá gbá bọ́ọ̀lù tí a bá yege òun wà náà tí ó máa sọ. Ẹ yege mi eré pa ẹ fẹ́ lè gbé gbogbo nǹkan kò sẹ́ni pé kò sí pa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò kọ́ ẹ̀ kò lè rí òkú lọ nígbà. Kò sí náà kò sí. Ọmọ Oòduà. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní. Ọ̀gá Fúlàní ló jẹ́ o. Yorùbá Nation yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́. Torí kò sílùú mìíràn.
Life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything, and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. God is powerful. Life is so funny. You come with nothing, then fight for everything and later leave everything and go back with empty hand. God is powerful.